Okay. Hi. I don't know where Joey went. Hi. Welcome to Six. I'm sure Joey will be back in a moment, but at the moment, I'm Champo. I hope you guys are ready for some Chaotix. There you are. Hi, Joey.
What's up?
All right. So, this first race that we have today, Drywall versus... Is it Hoka or Haka? How do you pronounce it?
I've been saying Hoka, but I never got confirmation on that. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Hoka. But anyway, it's going to be a very fun match. Are you looking forward to it, Joey?
I am, definitely. This is going to be an interesting one because these two are very close in times. Um, I'd say, like, both of these guys are kind of in this, like, low 45, like, or, yeah, like, low 46, high 45 range. I think Drywall has 4504 actually, and then Hoka has like a 4604. So there's like maybe a minute difference, I think.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of runners, because we do have a list of like PBs, but a lot of runners recently have been PBing between like practice and whatnot, so it's hard to say, but it is going to be a very close match either way.
The Drywall's face cam's insane. Is that Aura with a Nico Nesaberry face on top of his face? That's crazy.
No, that's clearly Nico.
That's just Nico.
That's just Drywall Wife, clearly. And then on Hoka's side, we got Bingo Highway, My Beloved. Actually, you know what? I'll go against the current. I can agree. I'll go against the current.
He's definitely going against the current. Yeah, Hoka, if you don't know, he's a big IL guy, and Dark Bingo Highway was actually one of the ones that he kind of like pioneered a bunch of new strats in, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, I think if you don't know Hoka too much, I think he kind of tends to be a little under the radar, but he's been playing a lot of different categories as of late and like doing very well in all of them. He was kind of a surprise last minute entrant for this tournament, actually. We didn't think he had any interest in it, but like the last day of sign up, yeah, and he comes in with a 46, which is like very solid. And of course, Drywall has been playing Chaotix for quite a bit now, so I was looking at the round one matches before the tournament started. I was like, I don't know who's gonna win any of these, and this was one of them. Especially.
Yeah, pulls this tournament really is just anyone can take any win at this point, which is always very fun to see. It makes for a more exciting tournament. But both runners are off, so let's see how Seaside Hill goes. Also, I feel the need to point out that someone also pointed out in the chat, Nico's shirt does say sex.
Right, that's Aura's shirt. He has a shirt that says sex on it, so
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, Drywall going back for the wall bounce jump. Interesting.
Yeah, no crab one moments, but we did have a little bit of a crab two.
The rare crab 2 moment. Yeah. Meanwhile, Hope is off to a very good start in Seaside Hill. Doesn't get the quick switch through the loop though. Let's see if Drywall can hit it. Yep.
That's what always scares me. You accidentally press that A button while you're like, then SPO's going to a different continent.
Yeah.
They're going to find Atlantis. So.
For sure. Either that jump goes perfectly, or you're fearing for your life. Like, there's no in between.
Definitely not exactly what you would expect to be the run killer, but then again, it's also Seaside Hill, so.
Yeah. I mean, Seaside Hill in tournament is actually kind of scary. In runs, like, you're not really that afraid because a reset is literally like 1 minute lost of your time. But actually, like, Loki, this stage is hard to get through cleanly. Just first try off rip, so I'm glad that we didn't have any meltdowns. I mean, I think both of those times were a little subpar for these guys, but they're still relatively even. We don't have like a huge lead yet, which is always good.
Yeah, we already know how Drywall feels, playing like Triple Savic. Hate to see it.
Triple Savic.
Oh wow, gotta love that Discord bit rate.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Is it like a slideshow for you too?
Yeah, we're giving new meaning to Sacer slides. We're really
Sacer
giving a new
slides.
meaning to it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sacer for doing all they can to make this happen. We love you guys.
Yeah, this has got to be like a Discord issue, not a app
This
issue.
is, yeah, this is not anything that Sacer crew can avoid. This is just Discord being Discord. But we got both runners in Ocean Palace right now. Yet again, just a stage with a lot going on and a billion small mistakes that can add up and just aggravate you at any given moment. Which, to be honest, that's probably the entire room.
For sure.
Oh,
Ooh.
Drywall.
I was about to say, Drywall having a bit cleaner of an Ocean Palace so far until that happened. He was catching up.
Very unfortunate.
And Hoka getting hit by the falling block. Alright. I'd say they enter the flower at around the same time, exactly.
I'm still just mesmerized by Ocean Palace movement at this point.
Yeah, this stage is really cool. There's so many different ways to open the doors quickly.
Any Trelldor fans?
Trelldor, yeah, I was just gonna say, you can actually, even though the doors take 2 hits, you can do it in just 1 belly flop if you like time character switches very specifically in like a way where you kind of ground excel through, but the hitbox of your belly flop is still active. So it does both hits for you. It's really fast and really cool.
Yeah, I don't know how to Trelldor, so every time I see it, I'm just...
Yeah, it looks kind of broken. Like you just go right through it.
I mean, it's not the worst I've seen from this game. We've seen far more interesting and broken stuff.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we got both runners moving on to Egg Hog. This is just honestly a pretty standard, like bread and butter 9-5 first boss. Just get the invincibility, kill it.
Yeah, both players going to probably get around like a 21. Drywall didn't get the very much flight excel damage though. So like when you lure him back, you do your fire dunks, and then as he makes his way back to the beach, you kind of want to be in flight formation and like spam flight excels to do damage. But it kind of got away from Drywall there. That's why Hoka comes out 3 seconds faster.
Yeah, dealing damage in this game sometimes feels... Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm coping. It feels very funny sometimes. Like one moment you do all the damage, next thing you do no damage, and actually you're taking a hit from the enemy. Like, the game's just dealing nice, oh fuck you.
Right, yeah. Well, I think one big part of it is fire dunks like kind of have a mind of their own sometimes. They don't really go where you want them to.
Alright, and now we got Grand Metro, which I am always looking forward to, because despite how much of a pain in the ass this stage can be for Chaotix, it makes for a really fun IL in my opinion. It's just a really fun stage when things actually go right.
For sure.
A little bit of RNG dependent, but not too bad.
Yeah, there's a little bit of RNG and a lot of movement to be optimized, so if both runners go into this stage relatively even, you can definitely expect to see some sort of substantial lead like by the end of it, depending on who played it better. So we'll have to see who comes out on top here. Ooh, Drywall not homie attacking very far off of that blimp, I guess. Didn't quite make it.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Grand Metro has a lot of potential to be very rewarding as a stage, in my opinion, but it also has a lot of opportunity to just... You're resetting your run frame. The first frame something goes... Honestly, this stage can be very brutal, especially if you are bad at math. Does anyone want to learn how to count to 85?
Yeah, very strenuous math in this stage, knowing which number you have to be at.
One of a few Chaotix stages that will teach you how to count to certain numbers, and will teach you to hate certain numbers.
Yeah.
You start to see certain numbers, and you're just like, yep, nope. If I see this, I hate my life.
As a
That's the 84.
oh god, I don't want to see 84 on this stage ever.
Please no 84.
Yeah, but I was watching this tournament these past few days, and I was thinking to myself, like, it's kind of funny how you don't really need to know anything about Grand Metro, Bullet Station, Mystic Mansion to know who's winning. It's very just like at the bottom of the screen at all times. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's this Chaotix is a very fun run. But yeah, it seems like we're looking pretty okay from both runners so far. I don't think we're honestly seeing too much like strat variance. I feel like both of these runners are kind of just going along mostly same strats, you know, really trying to get through the stage as fast as possible. I mean, at this point, where the robots are and how many you should have at any given point is kind of just like, they know this. This is the back of their hand. They know.
Yeah, they're at the right. They're at the right amounts for where they are currently, which is always good. I did notice Drywall took that section down to the, I believe, the third checkpoint a little slowly. Like, he killed the guy and then actually took the speed ring down in flight, whereas Hoka did the shuriken throw, which is, I believe, the fastest way to do it. So that's going to be a couple seconds for sure. I think Hoka's probably on pace to come out a little bit faster out of this stage, especially with that fall Drywall took earlier as well.
Yeah, and this race in particular, given how close the runners can be, or how close the runners are for comparing by PB, the strat variance is really going to have like a high risk, high reward kind of thing going on, because you can more than likely expect these runners to be on par throughout most of run barring a catastrophe. So it's like, okay, both of these runners probably know more risky strats that are faster. Like, you know, we're doing the shuriken jumps in certain places where if you do that a little too early, SBO's gone forever.
Yeah.
So, you know, that high risk, high reward is even higher risk and higher reward for this race specifically.
Awesome! Totally awesome!
And we're loading into Power Plant, which not a bad stage, but it's the weirdest stage because I feel like you wouldn't anticipate having explosions on this stage, but Power Plant explosions are so real.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not very confident about that first room Hoka just did, then it can be kind of scary. I think, okay, so Drywall has 0 rings here. He's going to be able to death strat, whereas Hoka did not. So what Drywall's going to do here, he's going to kill the turtle, get in flight, and then touch that guy. And then it's going to take him right back to the spawn point where you can double rock excel. And so that's going to save a few seconds, actually.
I think that is a pretty cool strat. I think I mentioned it in the commentary I was doing last night, is that as far as I'm aware, I think Chaotix is the only 2 instances of death strats being used in any of the speedruns for this game. Unless I'm correct, maybe. But
so yeah, you do it in this level, and you do one in Lost Jungle, as we've seen. And then the only other time I believe death stratting is useful is actually in Dark Extra missions, which work very similarly to Grand Metro that we just watched, where you gotta kill 100 enemies. Well, in Grand Metro it's 85, but Dark Extra it's 100.
Okay, extra missions does kind of make sense. I didn't really stop to think about that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like most people don't do the death strat I feel like they don't do the death strat as much in Power Plant because it is only a few seconds, whereas, you know, that strat is just a key part of the routing in Lost Jungle.
Right, yeah.
But the only person I know who does that death strat, apparently besides Drywall, is NewSR, so shoutouts to them.
It's funny.
Yeah. They're the only other ones I know who do that.
Damn, Champo doesn't know me. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, my brain is mush. Okay.
Anyways, at this point, I think the top runners all at least go for it. The thing about that death strat, you have like a trail of rings behind you, so like when you rock excel to the flower, you have to make sure to avoid them in order to do it. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
good Team Darks from both ends. You love to see it.
And now we're entering Casino. I'm sure Hoka is extremely happy given the icon that he has chosen to represent himself in this tournament. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's almost there.
not as much Casino Park in my opinion. Like it's not a bad stage. It's just a very quick one, and it's just annoying when things go
Oh.
wrong. Oh, so
Interesting. He took the
Yeah,
cannon
that's right.
with SPO. So now he can't get over to the left. Does he normally do that? That's crazy.
I think I saw Hoka doing this yesterday in practice. Kind of goes up around the top, collects some rings, I think, from like the triple spring as well. So I think what the plan in there is to go in anywhere from like probably like 30 to 50 rings, and then maybe just shave like a second or two off the glitch when you get there. I honestly have no idea if it's faster, but hey, it's something else.
That is, I've never seen that before. It definitely made getting over to the left very difficult though, whereas if you just take the cannon with Vector, it really does just kind of like set you over there without much input from you.
Yeah, and there was some risk reward to it too, because as you guys might have seen, Hoka also did lose all of his rings in the slot machine as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, now we're loading into Bingo Highway, which, again, personally, I think is a pain in the ass stage, yes, but I do think there is some level of fun to be had here. Maybe I just have Stockholm Syndrome, but
Well,
it can be fun.
I will say, I think Chaotix Bingo Highway is by far the best of the four, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, it can be pretty fun. I do like the little instances of like short backtracking with SBO and this little platform right here, and then this coming first bingo table. I think it can be kind of fun, and especially when heroes can be such a linear game. This just gives it a little bit of variance and makes the speedrun a little more interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the mechanic of like leaving your characters behind when you go invisible is really cool. I wish there were more applications for it, but it really only makes sense to do it on this stage because of pinball physics or mechanics, I guess, where if you're on a pinball table and you switch characters, you go right back to where Charmy is.
And of course, you know, the developers were definitely aware that these bingo tables were probably a little finicky, going to be a little hard to maneuver in order to get the, chips that you need to complete the mission for Team Chaotix here, considering at the end of each bingo table, you get or at least around the area, you get a flower that you could technically use to go back.
True, yeah.
Which, you know, I believe that's really the only stage that uses the flowers specifically for that, with the exception of having one at the end of the stage for any of the like collectathon stages.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely knew that people were gonna struggle with the pinball tables. So
Right.
yeah, Hero developers did one thing arguably correct. Let's go. Also, will we see some funny frame? Okay, no funny frame for Hoka. Come on, we got 3 more chances for funny frame.
True. Drywall, provide the funny.
Please.
Dr. Eggman, you've made
No
Oh,
funny frames.
we'll have to wait.
It's okay, we got 2 more chances. But that aside, we are entering the first robot fight. We're in Robot Carnival, so Joey, would you like to explain funny RNG?
Alright, so we're hoping to get level 2 Charmy as early on as possible. So Hoka did not get it, but you can manage with basically any RNG outcome at the start of Robot Carnival here. So yep, he's gonna take out the birds with level 1 Charmy and then homing attack. Unfortunately, he got the worst RNG possible here. He's got level 1 with all characters. And Drywall might also actually get that RNG too. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so Hoka gets level 2. Drywall also gets level 2, so perfect. They got the same RNG, essentially. So
Yeah, I think Drywall just got it a little faster, so probably getting through this little wave slightly faster than Hoka. So,
So now level 2 Charmy is going to take care of a lot of these waves very quickly, whereas if you don't get lucky and you don't get level 2 Charmy, you're losing a lot of time on pretty much every wave. At least up
Yeah.
until these turtles.
I feel like obviously like you want Charmy levels early on. I feel like that's probably one of the more important things. But personally, I feel like once you get to a certain point in this fight, and oh, we're doing a team blast. Okay.
I did not realize. Yeah, he still had level 1 SPO, and he got lucky. I thought he got a speed core right before the turtle section, and I was like, oh, he's good. He can do homing attacks. But no, that was only his second level up for SPO. So yeah, unfortunately, you get very unlucky in certain waves. You do opt to Team Blast, even though a Team Blast does cost 9 seconds, and it is pretty costly. Sometimes, if you don't have the level ups you need, it is actually just the best option.
Yeah, on the bright side, this is very clearly just, you know, playing safe for Rail Canyon Bullet Station. Hoka's just getting lives. Clearly, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 extra lives because now we're getting money from
And that-
Blast. So
That better RNG on Drywall's end basically made this race like almost exactly even, I think. Like they're like 4 seconds apart now.
yeah, it definitely sounds about right. Again, the robot fights just huge. Just a huge game changer in these runs, especially in races. Like you really could go you could go into these fights in the red and come out like in your best pace ever, or similarly to some of my more current runs, you go in 50 seconds ahead and come out 2 seconds behind.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was all RNG too. I don't think I screwed up any of the waves. It was just bad RNG all around. So yikes.
The robot fights are tricky. Like RNG is definitely a big factor, and knowing backups is
It's also
very important.
memorization.
Yeah, I feel you on that for sure.
Yeah, that does screw me over sometimes, I will admit, because I'm just like, okay, gotta remember these waves.
Dude, if you ever play all stories in this game, oh my god.
Nope.
It is so hard to remember what comes next for each wave, for each team. Like, I don't know how people do that.
Ooh, okay, so we got pretty much you got your standard as fast as possible Rail Canyon. Oh, okay. Hoka, that's right. So when I was watching Hoka, I think it was either earlier or yesterday, they go for they go for a lot of riskier, and I would assume maybe IL strats in Rail Canyon for what I've seen. Like this almost feels like this is his stage. This is his comfort zone.
Well, like I was saying, Hoka's a big ILer, like just in general. So I'm not too surprised that he wants to go for that glide. I think he really likes strats like that are you kind of have to sit down and like really figure them out to even do.
Yeah, this is one of the best parts of when you have someone who isn't exactly like, you know, the most outwardly there in a community. Maybe they keep more to themselves, which is okay. But especially when it's an ILer who then shows up to tournament, like everyone's learning. Like all of the runners in this tournament probably taking notes right now on what they could borrow from this IL. It's gonna be shit you've probably never seen before, and that's honestly the beauty of ILers when they come out to tournaments.
Yeah, you always see some crazy stuff. Like, it's always funny as a runner when you like see people see a trick for the first time, and you're just like, they just can't believe it, and you're like, I remember when I couldn't believe it either. That trick is insane.
Awesome, man, he did that glide like perfect. He had just the right amount of height to get to those rails without having to do some sort of backup to get up there, which Drywall has to do. At least he still got it first try though. But I do think Hoka's going to be taking a bit more of a lead here just because of faster strats and arguably cleaner movement.
Okay, he got a 237. That's ridiculous. That's like a really really good time.
I'm pretty sure that is a minute better than my best Rail Canyon.
That's insane.
I love that. I honestly, again, I can't stress it enough. The beauty of ILing. Never underestimate an ILer who suddenly joins a tournament. You will get your ass beat.
I
Like
mean,
they're not joining for no reason.
Hoka's been on the grind, that's for sure. You don't get a time like that unless you've been practicing. Especially, that glide is very new, by the way. That's like not even a month old. So like, he's been in the lab with that.
Oh, that one to skip the section that he did?
Yeah, like the really big one that you use the invisible wall to even make the gap, yeah.
That's so fun. Honestly, yeah, you know what, the hero speedrun scientists, they are very much always in the lab at this point, because this game always loves to throw stuff at us. Like, if anyone watched the race yesterday, when Dawn literally just teleported a few feet in Robot Storm.
Dude, I was trying to wrap my head around that one.
Yeah, the scientists do not have a day off. They're going back to the lab for that one. We'll see it again in like 6 months.
I don't know what it is about Dawn's completely legal copy of Sonic Heroes that he has, but it's gotta be cursed, man. He's shown me at least 4 clips now that just like break my brain in half.
We love a little bit of personalization.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Bullet Station. Honestly, they're both playing really clean right now. You know, it's just another, hey, you need to know how to count how to count to 30 this time. So it's just kind of another know your numbers, know where you're supposed to be, and pray to God you didn't accidentally forget one.
Yep. So drywall with the 136 cycle. I didn't see Hoka's, but it was probably something similar.
I don't think it was pro up. I think it was 130 something.
Yep. So both people probably going for this skewed belly flop. Hoka gets it. Very good angle as well.
Yep. And
we do call that the sex angle.
I was about to say, I found out, I was watching a news stream before this, and today I learned that is referred to as the sex angle. So there you go, new information. I hope you all appreciate this knowledge. It's very sacred.
Yeah. Drywall actually taking it in flight, so gonna be losing a few seconds there.
I can respect it. If you're not good with vector angles and you decide to start that ground time, you're committed to it. So you better hope you have the right angle, or it's pretty much over. So I can understand not wanting to commit to that and just would rather take a safer few seconds. Again, it's those safer strats. It's those safer strats versus being a bit more risky that's really going to make a huge difference between these two runners. Also, drywall, that full main attack was very scary, especially since that ledge on the monorail can be finicky.
Yeah, that was terrifying. I didn't think he was gonna make that at first.
Yeah, it's really scaring the ever-living shit out of me.
Yeah, I think drywall also just got the thing where like, if Vector gets hit out of flight formation, you're kind of in this weird like floating state, just waiting for him to come back. Have you ever had that?
I think I have, and then I also think I got that once and tried to go to the flower anyway, and when Vector came back, hey, what do you know, it's almost, well, it's not a soft lock, but recovering that's weird, because you just get this like free fall state with the wind, and it's just annoying to
Oh yeah, that flower you have to take so carefully. I mean, if you were watching yesterday, we saw Taco Swaz have a bit of trouble with that. If you dip too low trying to open that last flower in Bullet Station, you're gonna get caught by the wind, and you can't really act out of it. You can't like start another flight and just get back up.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, more likely than not, you're taking a death there, unfortunately.
And that's a costly one too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we do have both runners in Egg Albatross now. Everyone's most hated boss, and if you don't hate this boss, I advise you to go get there. Because let me tell you something, if you don't know about Chaotix Albatross, you're gonna learn about Brain. And actually, no, sorry, let me phrase it. You're not gonna learn about iframes, because Vector fucking has none.
you're gonna hear iframes and be like, what is that? I've never heard of such a thing before, because Vector has absolutely zero.
Bushi, don't know her.
Yeah, she goes to a different school.
Ready for this?
Yeah, you wouldn't know her. Sorry.
All right.
But yeah. All right. So both runners got through relatively unscathed. I think Hoka might have had a bit more trouble than Drywall, but listen, if you're out of Albatross and your run isn't dead, then that's a win in my book.
Yeah.
This boss sucks.
I mean, 35 from Drywall. I think Hoga also got something similar.
I think Hoka got like a mid 40.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. It says Hoka leads by 25 as a bullet station. We'll get an update pretty soon here. I think Drywall came out with the faster one. Yep, 18. So he saved 6.
Yeah, and we do have both runners in Frog Forest now, which, by the way, this race is very close, and I need to stress that right now because we are pretty much halfway through the run now, and Drywall is still on Hoka's tail. Like, Hoka is not shaking him off. And we're going to start getting even more technical as we get into these later game stages. I am still bitter, as I mentioned yesterday at Frog Forest, because I would like to say hi to the frogs, but apparently we don't do that here.
Can't say hi to the frogs.
What is the point? I actually hate that. I would love Frog Forest, but out of principle, we have to be, you know, if you can't say hi to the frogs, what the fuck? Frogs are so cool.
You must hate Lost Jungle with every team then.
It's true.
you don't want to do it there either.
Listen, we're entering their home and we're calling them bad? What the hell? Cringe. But anyways, my weird selection of video game morals aside, again, pretty standard Frog Forest. It looks like Drywall's opting to just take the flower instead of doing the skip over there, which I can respect.
I think a trend I'm starting to see is Hoka just kind of goes for everything. Like, he doesn't care that it's tournament. He's going to stick to the strats that he knows are fast, and it's paying off so far.
Yeah, and at this point, honestly, that might be his saving grace for this matchup specifically, because otherwise, if he were to take more safe strats, and, you know, he could gamble on 2 different outcomes. Either Drywall goes for some safer strats, or Drywall goes for the faster strats, and then you know, it's either, well, okay, I'm either even with him, or I'm behind if I go for safer strats.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, might as well play for the pog.
Yeah, I think if that trend continues, Hoka's probably, if he can keep playing well, probably going to come away with the win. But the thing that is interesting is that Drywall is playing it safe and staying relatively close. So if Hoka does make a big mistake, Drywall's probably going to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and it's even hard to say that this lead can last when we still haven't gotten through arguably the heaviest RNG section, that being Mystic Mansion, followed immediately by Roblox.
Yeah.
So we could see anything from these runners pretty much being exactly the same where they are right now to one of them is like a minute ahead.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Like, that could definitely swing things.
Yep, but we got both runners doing the Lost Jungle route. We're going back. We're getting 7 Chow here, and then we are getting the last 3 after 8 extra.
Hoka, not confident grabbing that 7th Chow. Went into flight formation. Yeah.
I do not. Listen, I have my gripes with this stage, learning Chaotix LTS. So much so to where my split name for this stage in particular is 7 then 3.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I had to learn numbers again.
Neither is Drywall. Both of them taking that 7th Chow very safely.
Ooh. Hoka, that was a little concerning there, because when you have no rings going into that area specifically, it's easy to hit one of those robots with the lightning, and
he had
you
0
just don't want to
rings?
take it. I believe so. It looked like it was 0,
Yeah, that's...
but I could also be, I don't know, fucking high at this point.
He did end the stage with 7, I think, so... I don't know how the ring score at the end works. Is it the rings that you had when you finished the stage, or is it how many you collected total in the stage? I actually don't know.
It has to be what you finish with. It would
Yeah,
never
I
really
would.
make sense for the other one.
I would assume so. Yeah.
All right, who's ready to hold Cardinal left?
Hoka gets it done. Let's go.
I feel like this is like the ultimate test to make sure your controller's stick is not having any like mapping issues of any sort. If you can hold Cardinal left here, you're pretty good.
Let's go.
All right.
926. Does Drywall also get 926? I bet he does. Yep.
Let's go. Alright, and we do have both runners now entering the spooky section of the run, which personally is one of my favorites, because Hang Castle, Mystic Mansion are pretty cool, and I guess by some default we can say that Robot Storm is cool. It's cool when you get good RNG.
Yeah. I do like Mystic Mansion a lot. I mean, if you lose the RNG lottery and the backup RNG lottery, then that sucks. But 75% of the time, it's a cool stage.
What? You were the first one to jump at the chance.
Yeah, I'm always very apprehensive to watch the racers go into Mystic Mansion, because it's like, okay, well, if you don't get the RNG you're supposed to, I really hope you know the backup RNG, and then if you don't know how to do that and you still can't get level 3 SPL.
Oh, Drywall having some trouble getting down there.
Honestly, me
funny.
too.
Yeah.
I had a moment with this stage where every time I got that switch, I would land on the rail backwards, and of course I was overcomplicating it. It was just dumbass face forward when you touch the switch.
Yeah.
This game's very fun.
I gotta say, man, I think Hoka's on a good run right now. I would not be surprised if he's on PB pace. Like,
Can we get
I've
some
only
pace pals?
seen small mistakes so far.
I would like to see some pace pals if we have an opportunity to, because I agree, Hoka's got to be on something here.
That was so interesting the way he did that. He opened the flower, went down, got the key, went back up, went in the flower.
And
I've
we're
never
really-
seen that specific way to do it before.
Again, that's the beauty. That is the beauty of being an ILer, is you're going to see these small little time optimizations that if you're just doing like a standard run, you're probably not going to expect runners to do. But if you're ILing the stage seriously, that whole thing of every frame matters, and we're going to see some beautiful crossover. Always makes for the most interesting races.
Here we go.
Oh, I was about to ask if we were going to see a door clip. Okay, we saw one attempt. Unfortunately, did not get it, but a very respectable one try.
Here we go.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I feel like everyone who goes that understands that you kind of have to get it first try for it to be worth. And yet, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get it first try, ever. Like, everyone will go for it and then miss it at least twice and then just give up.
And
Or
the
yeah.
game just decides if it really wants to give it to you. Okay.
Right.
We got that flight reset really quick to get the last key, so honestly, all things considered, this is a very good hang castle.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think the one section Hoka lost a little bit of time on was the shuriken throw. I mean, he didn't go for the shuriken throw, but the part after, like, the flower where you go around in a circle, come back out, and then you have to, like, go between those two towers in the air. He took that a little slowly.
Yeah, I think we have to wait for the platform to come back at least a little bit. Actually, Drywall had a very good hang castle too. Only clocking in a few seconds after Hoka. That's what you like to see. Oh, okay. I really am expecting some very clean Mystic Mansion. I mean, from both runners, but I'm very curious if we're going to see some IL stuff from Hoka here. Because this stage, pain in the ass as it might be, which I know I sound like a broken record, but it's Sonic Heroes, give me a break. You know,
Alright, Hoka gets lucky. RNG in Finland going crazy.
So, let's go. Alright, but what about RNG in Delaware?
RNG in Delaware? Don't ask Drywall about that.
What's Delaware?
I mean, according to Drywall, everything about Delaware just sucks.
I do live one. Oh, okay. Delaware does have RNG today.
You're the RNG.
I mean, I do technically live one state above though, so like, I can personally argue I was in it for like 10 minutes.
Right.
It's not that good.
You get like residual RNG, residual Delaware RNG.
Is that why? Is that why all my run stuff?
Could be.
That
Could
would
have something to
explain
do
a
with
lot.
it.
Okay, Dragon's we're having a bit of a moment with the robots over here while trying to get these torches. They really are just a pain in the ass.
Oh, there's an IL strat from, well, not really, but something you would definitely do in an IL. The spooky boost that Aura found not too long ago. I love that Hoka is so, like, up to date on everything. You can definitely tell he's checking the Discord every day, seeing what people are coming up with.
Yeah, Hoka plays, I can tell through gameplay, Hoka plays with a lot of confidence. There's like, I feel like his mentality is more if the run dies, then it dies. It's kind of like we're not really doing too many safe strats, if any at all. Like we're playing for hog here.
If he's sweating right now, we cannot tell.
Yeah, really, the movement has been very clean. But thankfully, both runners got good RNG for this hallway here, so we're not going to see, you know, barring a commentator's curse, oops, but we're not going to see any huge Mystic Mansion.
Right. I love to see both runners leaving that hallway with 30 torches. I have not seen anybody miss a torch yet in this tournament, so good on you.
Okay,
good on you, everybody.
I was about to say something until you said in this tournament. Because let me tell you, where there's a will, there's a way, and I'll prove you wrong.
I mean, I've seen people miss it. I've seen myself miss a torch on this level for sure.
It's me. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm the mister. I'm the fool.
Alright, Hoka leaving with 42. Perfect.
Okay. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. Yet again, this is just the clean Mystic Mansion that you really want so far. Let's see if we'll see some wholesome strats.
Alright, Spiderweb Room. What are we going for? We're going for wholesome strat. Shoutouts to Gaming in the chat.
Yo, let's go. Wholesome strat, my beloved. Oh,
Oh.
are we going for wholesome strat?
Does he not know? Oh my gosh, that is new to me. I did not realize you could do half wholesome strat on the right rail and then jump off with flight. That's cool.
What are they cooking in the IL chats? What are they cooking? They got something going on. They found the secret sauce for this game already. You have to earn it.
That's it.
Yeah, they're not just giving that shit to anyone. You have to earn the secret sauce.
I want going for the big boy movement though, going right across the middle with SPO, using homing attacks when necessary.
Shoutouts to Wholesome Strat. I completely agree with playing like a baby in this room. Alright, what's Hoka talking in with? 32. That's
42.
That's like my dreams, man. To do anything good in this stage. That's, I don't know at top level, or like, I guess, a better runner level, I forgot the English words, Jesus Christ. But like, that's a really good mod.
Yeah.
Oh, no funny frame. Come on, Drywall.
This stage is so insane, just like, I think you kind of have to work very hard to even reach sub 4, and then when you do, the stage still has like, up to like 50 seconds worth of optimization after that. Like the skill ceiling is just so crazy.
It's true. All right, we did take a moment to do a full jump and let our partners join us. So let's go. The game about teamwork is having teamwork for once.
Yeah, those homing attacks. You always are.
We got a funny frame. Thank God.
Let's go Drywall. You're always happy to see that first wave go well. Is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I feel like there's a few instances of that where it's just, you actually just have to stop all of the characters from moving and just do like an elongated jump, like literally just hold that A button for a second or two, just to really make sure that all your partners actually decide to help you out.
Dude, Hoka's RNG is going crazy. He got level 3 Charmy like right away, got level 2 Vector, and now level 3. He's chilling.
Man, this is actually really good. You're right, man. RNG and Finland really does.
Yeah. Who knew?
Honestly, let's see. Drywall's got level 2 Charmy, level 2 SBO, level 1 Vector. Honestly, this is not that bad either. And now we're going for level 3 SBO, so...
And you're very happy to see level 2 Charmy for this sport. He does need Vector level ups, and I don't know if he's going to reach level 3 anyway by the time he has to take this cannon, which is a little sketchy. Hopefully he gets a second one at least. There it is.
Yeah, again, I feel like the same thing kind of with Robot Carnival. What's really important is that early level 2 or level 3 Charmy. Like, if you get that immediately, or, you know, in the first few waves, I feel like you're at least in a more comfortable position. It would suck to not have Vector levels, but it's probably not going to be nearly as costly as, let's say, going to a wave that Hoka is currently on with, like, a level 1 Charmy if you're RNG really
It's honestly, like, way more important to get level 2 Charmy early in Robot Storm than it is in Carnival. And it's still really important in Carnival, too, so...
Yeah.
You're hurting if you don't have level 2 early.
Yeah, and with that wave of robots right there, which I don't even know what you would call that, but it looks like Hoka had not necessarily trouble, more just like the Thunder Shoot was kind of playing around a little bit. Didn't want to go directly to any of the robots, we're just circling and warping around them for a little bit.
Yeah, that wave can be tricky.
Very unfortunate.
Okay, 248 on the first Team Blast.
Here we go.
Not gonna be sub 3, but still pretty solid.
Yeah, and Drywall does have pretty much level 3 for all of the characters now, which is good, which I like to see. I don't know if Hoka did a Team Blast in one of the middle phases, but I believe Drywall just did, so Drywall might be having one more Team Blast than Hoka at the end of this. Kind of depends. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Drywall will have one extra Team Blast on top of that.
Alright, let's see Hoka getting out of here with a 302. Not bad at all.
That's what
and
you
I
like
do
to see.
believe that is going to beat Drywall by around 10 seconds. So just ever so slightly building that lead. And we are coming down to the end of the race. Only 2 more levels and a boss fight left. Not much opportunity for things to go wrong, but these last 2 stages are very volatile, so...
Oh, Egg Flint, my beloved.
Yeah.
Chaotix Egg Fleet. Best stage in the run.
Let's go, Champo.
Listen,
So true.
Listen, I'm just speaking the truth, is that this stage in Chaotix LTS is 6. That's all I'm saying. I didn't make the rules. It's a very rewarding stage when the movement goes right. And it's just like, there's barely like 1 or 2 sections of this stage that are done like how you would normally expect it. There's always something to do.
Yeah. And I said it in Hank Castle, I think Hoka's on PV pace, and after that ridiculous RNG he got in the last 2 stages, I have to believe he is very far ahead right now. So get hyped for a potential PV if he can keep it together here.
Yeah, I am watching Hoka. I'm gonna be honest. I'm watching Hoka's screen like respectfully for Egg Fleet here. I want to see some IL strats.
Ooh, missing the rail there. There's a big glide you can do off to the right that looks really cool, but he's not going to be able to do it since he missed that rail. And doesn't land on Vector's head, going for that shuriken throw. That is something that can potentially happen, so you love to not see it. Drywall making his way up. I don't think the big door closed on either of these runners at the start of the level, so that's good.
Okay, sorry, my internet exploded for a moment.
That's all good.
Man, I'm missing the Egg Fleet. Why did my internet have to do that?
Why?
It's actually the biggest screw you that the internet provider could give to me. Screw you.
Ooh, okay. Hoka got tripped up a little bit there coming out of the flower, which is scary because of those moving lasers, but he backs up really well.
Yeah, those 2 lasers really separate speedrunners from casuals. Because speedrunners have no patience for those lasers. I know
Yeah.
I could just wait like a second, not even, and I'll get just past those lasers easy. But it's like, no, I gotta go fast. I'm gonna keep slamming Charmy head first
It's definitely painful to watch people just like not be able to get past it no matter what.
Listen, Charmy's got a helmet.
Yeah, what's the problem? Like,
Okay.
just get through it, man.
Exactly. Just go through it. Just play the stage.
Okay. Hoka took the end of Egg Fleet pretty safe. So, oh, drywall getting hit though.
Uh-oh.
Through there. Okay. And looks like Hoka's... Oh, he's taking top route. Let's go. That's very hard to do. Getting that key out of the cage and also getting a bunch of speed like that up there.
Wow.
My God, he's cruising.
Yo, this has to be the pace ever.
Impossible.
Oh my God, what is this time gonna be? Like, this feels like low 44 pace, maybe even. Like, actually.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just very much looking forward. I really want to see the split at the
Oh,
end. I really want to see Hoka split.
He's struggling to get TVGs though. Missed the balloon in the air. Has to build meter manually. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, nothing too major. Took a few seconds off. It's not that big of a deal.
Right. And what does he do at the end here? There's a bunch of different ways to do this. Okay. Plays it
Okay,
safe.
we're gonna take it a little. I think this is probably. Again, we haven't seen many safe strats from Hoka, but I think at this point that's what we're gonna do. Oh, let's see. I did not see that one. That's
Yeah,
nice
the rocket excel into Charmy. Yeah, that's relatively new as well.
Honestly, again, what are the hero scientists cooking up tonight?
This always happens around tournament time. It happened with Rose too. Like, people just start finding stuff like crazy.
Yeah, honestly, Hoka's just really cooking right now. Like, this could be a huge PB.
Nice. Drywall getting the shuriken. Let's go. Might be too little too late though. I mean, Hoka's gonna be around 40 seconds ahead going into Egg Emperor. We kind of need a meltdown at this point, but I don't want to see it. I want this
Don't
PB.
jinx it. No, don't say it.
I want this PB, Hoka.
Come on, Hoka.
Bad. No complaints.
Yeah, 102 Final Fortress. That is crazy.
102. Wow. Was that Hoka's time or Drywall's time?
Who was that? Was that Hoka or Dry? I did not. Either way, it's regardless. I think both runners got a crazy.
Drywall got a 102. Damn. Nice.
Oh,
no.
Hoka. It's okay. It's okay. Bring it back. Bring it back.
It happens.
All right. Come on. Okay, I think they're both. Oh, XPO, you
Okay.
little
It's
shit.
gonna be a 40, but that's not the worst.
I'll show you what real evil is.
God, SPO just doesn't want to cooperate.
Alright.
But
GG's.
GG's to Hoka.
What a time. Wow. Dude, Pool A... Or no, this is Pool C. Pool A and C looking absolutely terrifying.
You know, really.
Hoka and S-Fan both moved from a 46 down to like a 44. Those pools are so scary now.
Ooh, Drywall played that very scary, but still worked out just fine.
Well,
So
not
GG's
for
to
30.
Drywall as well.
Wow. Yeah, what a race. I feel like both of them played like pretty well. I know a lot of Drywall's probably not happy with a lot of his IL times, but he stayed in this thing the entire time. No big mistakes on either end. That was clean stuff.
So if these times on the sheets that the commentators are given are correct, unfortunately, it looks like Drywall would have had to PB to beat Hoka here. So that is very unfortunate on the nose, but still, he played very well. Still very amazing.
Yeah, Hoka uses auto splitter, I think. So yeah, 44-59. He clutched out the 44.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
and
go.
That'd be a massive PB for Hoka. Also, shout out to anyone who bet on Hoka. money.
Nice pool draw.
Dang. Alright, well I guess we'll see if we'll see if we get any of the runners in here for an interview.
We'll see.
I'm sure Hoka is going to write out the credits here to get to the final time just to solidify a really amazing and well-earned PB.
Also, I just noticed, is Hoka using Love Live Split's background? I had no idea you liked the show.
I have no idea about anything Love Live related, so I couldn't tell you.
That's why he got a 44 today. Now it makes sense. That's how you know. That is how you know.
Maybe the Deku speedrun fruit was Love Live all along. What if they're
Man.
correlated?
I'd be overdosing on that shit, and I'm not getting Deku time, so I don't know.
Listen, just because you have the fruit, you have to utilize it correctly.
I guess so. I haven't figured out how to use the fruit.
Deku, do you want to drop the secret in chat?
Keep your secrets.
We're not ready for it as yet. But yes, I guess I'm wondering if we'll get an interview.
Doesn't sound like we're getting interviews. Understandable.
Dang.
You know, like I said, I'll say it one more time. I thought it was a good race from both. I think both of these players should feel confident moving forward in the tournament after that.
Yeah, those are both really good runs. Also, shout outs to getting 47,000 channel points. Let's go. But anyways, what was I saying?
Oh man. Also, I am very excited now. Now that we've seen what Hoka's capable of, him versus Big Mikey is gonna be fire emoji. Like I cannot wait for that.
When is that? I need to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be early this coming week, I think. That's gonna be a round 2 match, so definitely look out for that one.
That's gonna be, it looks like Tuesday at 3:30. Oh, I am gonna have to be home for that. I am gonna have to call sick out of work.
That's insane, Drum. Hoka entering Pool C, 4th seed, so that's the bottom seed of the pool, and now he got the best time in round 1.
That really is crazy.
How do you prepare for these types of things? You just can't. Like, it's impossible.
Listen, we love when something comes in and shakes up pools, because that means Hoka's gonna come in and shake up bracket as well, and I'm gonna be looking forward to that. We love a good shake up here.
Yeah. Alright. So, moving on, we got, I believe, 2 more races today. Next up, we got Labras versus Underground. So that's going to be happening shortly. Stick around for that. And then after that, we have a very, very competitive Pool A match between Superior and Sonic Fan. So I'm looking forward to that one too. So don't go anywhere.
Yep, and I will be back for the next round. So we'll see you shortly.
All right.
Never mind, spoke too soon. Sacer. Once again, I'm Champo, back from the last match, and I'm joined this time by Mutated Bacon. How you doing, Bacon?
I'm doing great. Are you excited for this race?
Took the words right into my mouth. Honestly, yeah, I actually am very excited, especially because, I'm going to be honest here, I'm very excited to see both these runners, but especially Lab, because Lab has been cooking in the Sacer Sides channel for a fair bit. I believe it was yesterday that I watched him get another PB, and it was a pretty significant PB too.
By how much was it?
I don't entirely remember. Let me look at the sheet that we were given times. 50:04. I don't know if that's updated. I honestly don't remember. My brain is mush. But either way, it was pretty good PB.
Well, I mean, good for him.
Yeah. And then, of course, I think we've all seen Underground on Sacer Sides as well. Constantly always practicing, trying to get better. So we'll see how this race turns out.
Yeah, I've also seen I've seen Underground post a few like doing some runs here and there. He definitely has been on the grind.
Yeah, but I feel like both runners have very much been on the grind. Lab's been taking this pretty seriously. Again, Underground, we've seen them on the Sacer Sides channel a fair bit. So, here's hoping for a very good, very clean and close race.
Yep.
Although I do believe there is a fair bit of PB discrepancy between these two by quite a big margin. So it is safe to say that it would be a little bit of an uphill battle for Underground. It will actually be very much an uphill battle, but you never know.
Yeah.
And also, something definitely to note, Underground, I believe, does not have a timer, which is interesting, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. Probably hardware.
Maybe he just doesn't really need it, or doesn't live split, or
wait, is Underground, who is it who plays on PC?
I thought Underground also played on PC.
Okay, then I think that might be it. So, playing live split makes the PC lag. Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
Right.
it's not that big a problem though. We got the file times at the end anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it looks like we do have both runners starting off. So let's see what Seaside Hill brings for our lovely runners today.
Hopefully it showers both of them with gifts and chocolates.
That would be very nice of it. Unfortunately, it is Seaside Hill, so it'll just probably throw a few hermit crabs at us, maybe some water. That's about it. Maybe an egg spawn or two.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Lab got stuck on some vertexes there for a moment, but all things considered, going pretty well for both runners so far. Alright, no problems with loot, so we're not sending SP to a different continent.
Let's see if he gets this character switching. I guess he's not going for it. That's fine.
Yeah, I think we're just opting to grab pound into flight for the additional height. So
I like that homing attack cancel into the cannon.
Yeah, we're gonna see some lovely strats today, as always. The beautiful part of tournament. Wow, Underground just got a hole-in-one into the cannon there. There was no animation for Vector, just literally right in.
Oh yeah, this. I was looking at Labrys when that happened, but I know what you mean. They just shift on in.
Yeah, but just right in.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I want to know. I've always wanted to know what causes something like that, for that to happen.
I have to imagine probably positioning and then I don't know, maybe something to do with flight formation. Either way, it was pretty.
Yeah.
We got Lab loading into Ocean Palace. Also, worth noting, actually. Okay, so Underground is actually on emulator or legal copy.
Yes, definitely.
Just no live split because of lag, which I can understand that. Live split is technically not a necessity because this game's timing is run by the file time manager. So.
Yeah, it's only good for like knowing what pace you're on.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the reason why Underground doesn't need it. He just doesn't need to know his pace, I guess, because he feel like that would put pressure on him if he wasn't on a good one.
Yeah, it's very true, and plus PC version would be very different anyways.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it looks like Underground is having a few struggles with Ocean Palace. Unfortunately, we missed like the shuriken jump there. We had a few issues with trying to get a ground excel going while breaking.
And he got hit by the boulder. Oh boy.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just your standard Ocean Palace BS. You hate to see it, but it happens.
I was gonna say before, like, when they started Seaside Hill, that, like, I was gonna say at least it's not Ocean Palace.
Spoke too soon, my friend. Spoke far too soon.
I know. Like, Ocean Palace is, like, it's probably my least favorite stage for, like, Sonic and Rose, but it's much better in Chaotix because it... I actually don't even know why. I think it must have something to do with the length of the level.
It can be pretty fun. I feel like the movement can be kind of rewarding for it, especially with things like trail doors and just getting the ground excels in the right spots.
Yeah, and I have to agree that it's like very rewarding, but it's like the worst to mess up because it just feels so punishing. Because like everything you can run into, like especially the boulders, can like cause you to lose rings, which like completely knocks you dead and bodies you.
Yeah,
that's probably
very
why I don't like it much. Yeah.
Also, I guess it is important to note also that I do believe Lab is playing on actual real hardware. So
just like I do.
Yeah, doesn't really make it. I mean, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't make really too much of a difference, at least in terms of...
I'm not really... time. I think, well... Isn't it like the loads on emulator are like slightly faster?
Well, yeah, loads in that sense, but again, timing method, so...
Yeah, I think, as far as like actual... Like the way the game is played is like not really much of a difference.
Yeah, it's... The differences are arguably negligible.
Yeah.
Especially for tournament settings, so we're good here. But we do have Underground finishing up Adcock as well, and Lab is loading into Grand Metro. Sorry, my brain stopped for a moment.
Mine too. I was gonna correct you, but my brain also stopped when I was trying to correct you.
Yeah, love the good heroes brain. But yes,
I know.
We do have some good old Grand Metro, so let's see if both of our runners practice, because my god, do you need to practice this stage over and over again.
It's probably the stage that I spent the most time trying to get right.
Honestly, that's very fair. And my most practiced stage, but it's definitely my second behind, I believe.
Like, it's not a bad stage to run, but it takes a lot of time to get right. And, like, it's also, like, just like Ocean Palace, it's, like, also really rewarding. Because it's, like, such an intricate routing with, like, where you need to get all the enemies. It's not just a matter of, like, getting to the goal ring.
Yeah, and while RNG does factor into it, most times the RNG's not going to be so horrible to where your run's just dead. I mean, I feel like there's definitely a potential for that, but like even then, it's not going to be as bad as saying like getting horrible levels on like the robot fights.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like getting the stage right with like the bad level up RNG at the beginning. Like if you got a Charmy level up, getting through the rest of the stage nicely with that RNG is like extra rewarding in my opinion.
And like I was saying last match as well, this is just one of those chaotic stages where guess what? You're learning how to count. And
Oh, I forgot to switch to Charmy.
I love that. I've done that before. It's very funny. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you all know how to count to 85 and know which amount you're supposed to
I only know how to
going.
count to 84, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know what? I hate to admit it, but that's been me quite a few times. 85 just simply does not exist.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did Underground take a death?
Oh wait, I think
wait,
we just took another death. Oh my god, I think we missed a death, but then we were able to catch the second one.
That is. Yep. Okay, so we're on 2. That's unfortunate. And honestly, I'm not quite entirely sure off the top of my head what went wrong there because it looked like he was trying to go towards the top of that ring, which will propel you a little. Will propel you a little further. So it's supposed to avoid that, but.
Yeah, believe it or not, that same thing happened to me with my race with Dawn. Like I hit that booster and the air booster, and I was like too low. And I couldn't make the gap. That same thing happened to me. Yeah.
Comes for your race?
Well, yeah, but I was like
yeah,
saying. Yeah. Now you remember.
Again, I suffer from brain rot. This is what Heroes does to you.
Yeah. PSA: don't run Heroes. Your brain will become smooth.
It's so true.
Look at what it's done to me.
Alright, but unfortunately, yeah, that's just gonna put Underground in a very awkward position. They're gonna be quite a bit behind.
Yeah. And like, Lab is pretty much almost done with Metro anyway.
Yep, and we do have the correct amount of robots killed coming to this final section over here. So
the only way he has a chance now is if he somehow misses an enemy, which he has not. So, I guess Underground's just gonna have to pay the price.
Yeah, Lab is going to be taking a big lead here.
Uh-huh.
And it does look like Lab will be finishing up with the 343. Not a bad time at all. That's actually a pretty good time.
You can get it even faster if you die and then like don't reset because then the enemies are already killed when you die.
Right, and oh my god, Underground needs to be very careful because for a moment they almost homing attacked off the stage after killing one of the robots. It was probably spamming the A button a little too much.
Yeah.
Gotta be very careful. That kind of misfortune in this run is very real.
And no, like the littlest things are the most punishing.
Always. And it looks like Lab was not going for the death strat. We're just killing the golden turtle, and we're just, we're going back to the first part of the stage.
Underground's having a bit of trouble with the enemies here.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. Well, to be fair, Underground's levels are now messed up because of taking 2 deaths. So
yeah, he doesn't have the proper level ups. He'll still make it, but not as fast as he wish he could.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because Grand Metro, taking a death on Grand Metro has big consequences, but it's not all immediate. You get a big part of like the consequences of taking a death there, like right as you take the death, but then you get a little more residual time loss throughout the.
Wait, what did Lab? Hang on, what did Lab just do? Did he shoot that last gold turtle with the rocket excel and then kill it with a homing attack, like with the other characters? Is that what I just saw?
I think it was a rocket excel, and yeah, you can just get the 2 characters to do like homing attack upwards and just barely be in range to.
I've never seen that actually.
Oh really? I'm surprised.
No,
that's the strat. I mean, aside from just doing it casually or trying to get some funny stuff with Vector, maybe, I think that's the only other strat I've seen for that.
Really? I don't ever remember seeing it. I always remember having to fly up to get the golden turtle.
Oh, Lab. Okay, we're having a bit of trouble
Oh, no.
on Lab's end. so we didn't get the manip. I think we probably jumped a little early. So instead of opting to go for it again, we're just going to cut our losses and try to dispose of Team Dark as fast as possible, which this game is made of spaghetti, so it's not always that easy.
Yeah, like it isn't. I wouldn't say it's very wise to like restart if you fail the quick kill, because then you don't know how many times you're gonna fail it, and so it's just best to take the extra 30 seconds and kill the team yourself.
Right. I mean, you could argue it might not be cutting losses because it really depends on how quick you can casually get rid of Team Dark. Like maybe you just get lucky with going up as Charmy and just undershooting them a few times. But quitting out to redo it, especially with the time limit that's used here, really doesn't cost a lot of time. So I mean, it's really up to each person what they prefer to do.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would prefer to do, but everyone's preference is different.
Yeah, I can understand maybe not wanting to quit out. Like just, hey, I just want to get this out of the way. I don't want to try for them manip again, especially if you're not the most confident. Like that's what I would really consider cutting your losses in that sense. It's like not necessarily cutting time loss, but if you're just not confident in doing a certain just like, okay, let's just do this casually and fight the time loss.
Yeah, I can definitely empathize or sympathize or whatever the correct word for it is. I forgot which one it is. Like they both mean different things.
I would say probably sympathize fits a little better here, but I guess you could argue. Okay, Lab is getting through Casino Park pretty clean here, having no problems getting all of these rings, and we're
42, nice.
On our way to Bingo Highway. Love to see it. And Underground
took a hit there by the
Impossible feat.
Ninja power. I actually don't anvils, I guess. I don't know what they're called.
I think they're
called
Oh
yeah, Underground did it too. How have I not seen that strat before? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the strat I first learned, but hey, different strokes for different people. But yeah, it looks like Power Plant didn't give Underground as much of a problem as Grand Metro by a long shot. Unfortunately, that Grand Metro has put Underground roughly an entire stage behind. A boss fight and a stage behind.
If Underground were to come back from this, Lab would probably have to die like really late into one of the levels.
Yeah, we'd have to see several meltdowns, honestly.
So is Underground gonna get the quick kill? Let's see. Nope. Oh, did he quit?
I think we're quitting. Yeah, so we're quitting out to try it again on first load, because I think I have seen one or two people.
That's weird. I thought I remember getting it on like restarts.
I think it's easier on first load though.
Yeah.
Also, no, Big Mikey, that was not me. I have seen that one before. That was Bacon. That's actually the strat I do with Black.
I swear, I've never seen that.
At least I think we're talking about the same strat. You know what? Who knows anymore? I give up. English is hard. But alright, it looks like Underground.
No hablo inglés.
So true. But it does look like Underground will be getting the second time around, and I actually believe they will be saving a little bit over Lab in that sense, because Lab did take a while to do the fight casually. Also, Lab lost Vector, but it's okay. He just decides to teleport to the checkpoint, so we're good.
Yep.
Oh, well, Mikey, if that's what you're talking about, then yes, apologies, brain, bush. You know the drill at this point, everyone's heard me talk. Alright, we got a clean Bingo Highway from Lab over here. No explosions, that's what we like to see. And now we are coming up to Robot Storm, so this could be the first potential split that Underground might be able to save more time overlap. Kind of depends on RNG. If you're Underground right now, you really
sweating.
Yeah, one of the best ways that you could honestly catch up right now is if Lab got like the worst RNG of all time. Not saying I
Yeah.
want it to happen to Lab, I'm just saying though.
It's very common to. I feel like it's very common to get bad RNG in Robot Storm too, and like getting the bad RNG in that, I guess gauntlet fight, I guess you call it, is like the worst because like you need like 3 vector level ups for like every wave, but sometimes like 6 times out of 10 they just won't give it to you.
Yeah, but I think mainly what we're looking for in both Robot Carnival and Storm, we're mainly looking for an early level 2 Charmy. That's going to be a lot of help among pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think
other
Lab didn't get the 2 level ups as Charmy. That's
2 SPO level ups.
Yeah.
I definitely am not
And if
sure
that
that's
happens-
what he wants.
and if that happens, it's best to go for the flying birds first and not the egg. I don't know what those are called. The flying egg pawns. I'm just gonna call them
The flappers.
now. Egg flappers. Yes.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm not sure what Lab's doing right now.
He's trying to do something.
He's cooking. I'm not sure what he's cooking, but he's cooking. But yeah,
Here he's just gonna have to use SBO here for these enemies.
Yeah, unfortunately, this robot Carnival's already not going very well for Lab at all. We're definitely behind where we would like to be. But again, you know,
He's having a little trouble with the. Oh boy. Oh, he's just taking a lot of. Please finish my sentence, champ. I can't think.
all I'm gonna say is please practice the robot fights. They are important. They need practice. These fights can suck ass sometimes.
100% agree.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like. Oh, I wonder if Underground knows about the little strat there to switch to a different character and back to SPO to go through those little things. Just a minor save. Might be something worth noting.
I think he forgot to bring SBO back by flying. Oh, no, now SBO's back. All right.
Yeah, we're good. Sorry.
It didn't look like
SPO.
he did that. It didn't look like he did that because like my video feed is like such low frame rate.
Okay, so Underground's going to the back, to the back ball there to go back forward and get the. I mean, hey, listen, whatever works to get the chip. Honestly, whatever works for you to get through the stage.
Yeah, I've had to. There were times where I've missed a chip or like I couldn't. I remember one time I just like didn't get the. I couldn't reach the chip on the ramp, and I ended up just having to like play through the rest of the board just to find another chip before switching back to Charmy, because like that one chip is like so high up in the air, and like since you have SBO, who's kind of a more weighted character than Charmy, the only way you can really get it is like holding forward the whole time, but like it's still easy to miss.
Okay, Underground missed the chip somewhere, so we got to go for the backup here, which thankfully we do know the backup. It's fairly easy. Just got to get over to this chip. Not too bad of a backup, but unfortunately it is still a bit of time loss on Underground's end.
Now Lab is in Rail Canyon.
Yo, let's go, the auto scroller.
Well, auto scroll is only like.
Or at least, supposedly, that's what I've been told. People apparently.
Well, I mean, this beginning part is the auto scroller.
Yeah, shoutouts again to New SR. Calling it an auto scroller. Might be personal preference. Hard to say.
This is where the auto scrolling ends.
Yeah, it's time for real gameplay now. Alright, and we do have Underground loading into Robot Carnival as well. So I do think Underground had a chance to catch up at least a little bit. Well, also, Lab had some very scary skew gravity.
I know, he was able to cling onto that rail like just fine when in flight formation. Like, that was like really quick.
And that was also very scary, but yeah, got a little bit of skew gravity.
We also didn't get the mid-air collision stop there, which has happened to me a lot.
This game's very fun.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
Hopefully Underground gets some. Alright, well, Underground has level 2 Charmy already, so we're looking pretty good on the GN so far. Hopefully.
Lab missed
they
the
practice.
flight jump.
Um,
Oh, I've never seen that backup before. Because I
Yeah.
also don't think I've ever seen anybody fail that jump.
Oh yeah,
That's
there's.
interesting.
I think there's a few ways that you can back that up. As long as you can get some height off of the ground pound, you can do something with it.
Oh, he's going for the quick laser gate phase.
There we go. Love to see it. Also, this Robot Carnival's looking pretty okay from underground so far. RNG is good. We're getting through the waves.
Yeah.
Definitely looking like we're on. It looks like we're on pace to save time over that. I believe pulled in with like a 2:30.
Oh boy, that's not a very good starting turtle for that. He hit the spring.
Dang.
But that's fine. That's fine. He's
really
all right
does.
now. Happens sometimes.
Happens to the best of us.
Mhm.
Listen, sometimes they just want to bounce on the spring. Sometimes they just want to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
How come he's not
interesting.
using the
Level 3 vector.
no?
Okay. They need to be very careful here. They got no ring. Okay, they grabbed the ring. Okay. Interesting.
And he missed the
interesting
bird
play,
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Falcons on this level really suck. I think that's what they're called. I think they're called Falcons.
I guess we thought he must have not had like enough vector level ups at first. Wait, what is it? Oh, he was trying to do it again. I could tell because he winded it up or like wound it up, but I guess he hit the gold egg pawn accidentally.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because we had a few mishaps in that second to last wave, they will be saving time over lab, but not by too much. It's gonna be probably a few seconds at most. Whereas there was definitely the potential to save probably upwards of half a minute, because Lab's Robot Carnival really was kind of tragic.
Awesome! Totally
Yeah.
awesome!
Lab is pulling in Rail
Over
Canvas to 311.
With a
Good stuff.
over 3-minute lead. Like wow.
Yeah, Lab's definitely got some wiggle room here. It's very comfortable. Like I said at the beginning of this race, it is going to be quite
more
the uphill
up-
battle for underground.
I remember those words like it was yesterday. Even though it wasn't yesterday, it was a few minutes ago.
Yeah, you know, sometimes time just blends together with Sonic Heroes. Sometimes you just lose all concept. Also, Lab
I lose
opted to
concept
take
of
the-
time every single time I do a speed run.
Yeah, that sounds
Like
about
a 50-minute category feels like 50 hours.
right. Yeah, I get that. Coming from SA2 Hero Story and then learning Chaotix, so it's like, yeah, this is definitely a little longer. So I have to get used to
Yeah.
that. Okay.
It's funny because I started off Heroes learning Team Sonic first, which is like the longest category I ran. So like every time I tried a new category, I was like, this actually is like nice and shorter.
Yeah, but it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
And Labs is going to take the poll here, which is again very respectable. I do feel like we're seeing a lot of safe strats from Labs underground. Please do not scare us like that. I feel like we're definitely seeing a lot of safety strats, kind of mostly on both ends, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but underground seems to be getting through the beginning of Bro Canyon so far.
Oh, he went for that Rocket Excel over the gap.
Yo, let's go. Love to see that. I mean, hey, what can you do? It's fast. Oh,
Yeah.
and underground unfortunately messed up the jump there, so... we're just gonna take the flower, which, again, honestly, I can respect it. Although...
Yeah.
Actually, well, it was actually a lot slower. Just kind of
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
get over that fence. but-
I mean, maybe he didn't know the backups, but I mean, whatever, it's fine. He's out of there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. We are going to this rail early, so
Oh,
we're
yeah,
going to
it's
take...
going
we're
towards the
gonna take
springs.
Oh, and we landed on Vector's head for a frame. Lamau.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought maybe he got hit by the truck. I was gonna call it a truck, the train. Oh, and
Yeah.
almost got hit by the lasers there too.
But unfortunately, Charmy did get hit, so we did have to wait a few seconds for Charmy to recover before being able to.
What am
open
I
up that
even? What
lever.
am I even watching right now?
Here we go!
You're watching the rail canyon.
I know
I mean-
all of this is the side effects of doing a rail canyon.
Yeah.
Going to
and-
the left rail, that's interesting.
Yeah, and here's also the thing. Sonic Heroes movement can be very hard, especially if a stage is pretty highly optimized, which I would argue Sonic Heroes can be very optimized at times. Even for even at like a speedrun level, it can be fairly optimized. So
I was so scared. Lab was gonna fall off for a second because he hit like the corner of the train platform.
that ledge
Oh
kills
my god! He
trains.
also rocket excelled into like the place where you can clip through the floor.
Oh, Lab, I need you to be careful, my friend, please.
I mean, he's done with the stage anyway, so
Thank God. I'm too young to be having heart attacks, okay?
well,
Oh,
me too.
We're going to the right side spring over here? Okay, let's go. Any right
So you're
side
gonna
game?
go for the glide though?
Ninja power.
Nope, we're
No,
just
go
going
for-
to take Charmy. I can very much respect this, especially because there's like a weird
Oh.
camera change that can happen here sometimes, and it can screw
Yeah.
up. It could screw up any.
Well, it happens to me every time.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what causes the camera change. Someone more familiar with this could probably
What do we do
explain.
Yeah.
Now.
We need a top runner to explain this to us.
Where's Joggy?
Peace.
Where's Mikey?
Radio cannon.
Please, some top runner. Where's New? Actually, wait, no, I think they're at work. No, where's Mikey? Mikey was in the chat earlier. Help us, big Mikey.
I hope he didn't leave.
It would be tragic. Alright, and we do have Egg Albatross on Lad vs. Screen. Labras, I'm so sorry that you're an Egg Albatross. I hope you recover soon.
He's gonna be out of there in approximately 15 seconds, if my calculations are correct.
Your calculations might be incorrect because you forgot to factor in the Egg Albatross effect, as in this boss
God.
fight sucks.
I am starting to slowly realize that I'm wrong. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, this boss is.
At least he's out of there now.
Yeah, this one somehow passed QA for Chaotix. I don't know how, but it passed QA.
Well, for
Was there-
any team, for that matter. This
any-
boss fight is the worst.
Was there any quality assurance done for this game, actually, now that I think about it?
Or for any Sonic game.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. I can respect that. Alright. So we got Underground going through the beginning part of Bullet Station. It looks like we were taking that entire part a little slow just to really prevent taking an unnecessary death. It's respectable.
Yeah.
Underground almost looked like they were almost about to keep going. It's just like, please don't. You have to break capsules here. Even again, one of those stages where guess what? You have to learn how to count.
You know, I just realized something about Chaotix. It probably would be the shortest category if you didn't have to if every level was just like get to the end, like not like having to search for stuff around the level or like destroy the enemies. Like imagine how much faster Grand Metro would be if you didn't have to destroy 85 of those like stupid egg pawns.
But then again, I'll actually put this one out there. The thing that actually kind of wanted me to do Chaotix in the first place, Chaotix LTS, was actually the fact that it's not just race from point A to point B as fast as you can. I kind of liked how it was a little different. That's also what kind of made Chaotix my favorite team to play casually as a kid as well, is that it was fun to do something that wasn't always race to the finish. And kind of in like SA2, which again, that's the first game I ran, it's actually why I kind of like treasure hunting probably more than any other style of play, just because it's something different than rushing from point A to
Oh
point B.
no, Lab just took a death. He failed the rocket itself.
What is the point?
What's the point?
It's so over. There's no emerald skip, so sad.
Though I also do want to point this out there, since you're mentioning like running SA2. The reason I don't run SA2, ironically, is because I don't want to deal with the treasure hunting RNG.
You know what? I don't blame you for that at all. That's a very common.
Here we go.
It's a very common thing that a lot of people tend to say, and treasure hunting tends to not be favorable.
I mean, I like the treasure hunting casually, but I don't know if I'd want to do that for a speed run.
Yeah, the RNG pet lab got that funny backwards flower for a moment, but
Yeah, I saw that too.
That is a very common sentiment, and I understand. My liking of treasure hunting tends to be. It's definitely more of like a personal thing. It's definitely a very uncommon take, especially at top level. Yeah, those kinds of stages can really just screw everything. I think we got a little bit. Oh, we got a little bit of a lag spike here on underground feed, but that's okay. We're still progressing through the level pretty okay. And Labras is finishing up Frog Force.
At first, I thought he was gonna fly over that capsule for a second.
Yeah, that would not have been good.
No.
Ninja power.
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh
doing,
boy.
We're doing a bit of a. We're going a little risky with that swing around there.
This part, these two capsules, I get so nervous on because like I've clipped through those like two platforms before, just trying to do the normal strats there.
Yeah, walls, just like any other Sonic game, walls are and most Sonic game walls are just a suggestion. But
Well,
this
I actually
game
meant-
a step forward.
Well, I meant the ground actually, not the walls.
Well, that's actually what I was about to say. Is this game took it a step forward because the
Oh my God! Underground clipped through the ground in the worst place.
That could not have been more perfectly timed. There was nothing Underground could have done. The game just said, "Fuck you! You're going through the floor." Oh my
That's
god!
what this game does. It hates the people who play it.
Commentators cursed the ever-living shit out of that. I'm so sorry.
Oh
my god! Someone please clip that immediately. That one's gotta be put in a museum somewhere. I swear, this game, it's just everything is a suggestion.
Yeah.
Someone
Or just like a command, like no, you cannot do that.
Someone take me out of the commentators booth. I'm too strong.
We should make a new rule for the commentators. Don't ever mention clipping through the floors or walls.
The thing is, I don't even have to mention it. The game just likes to do it on its own, but that's an absolute tragedy.
That happens to at least everybody at least once.
Yeah, like, it's
A clip and bolt station is like the worst one.
I just feel bad that it was just so conveniently timed when I was just talking about that.
I mean, there's nothing we could do about it, really.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it, but I'm just kind of sitting here like, damn, that really did happen, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, well, hopefully we'll get a clip of that later, because that had to have been the worst commentator's curse of this tournament so far, I gotta say.
I don't know how.
So I Albatross again.
Oh boy, here we go again. Let's not say anything in case, like, you know.
Alright, so, Underground, careful. Please do not switch to a different character immediately after taking a hit. You will regret it. Also, Lab has entered the Hold Cardinal Left challenge. Will he succeed? Yes, he will. Good job, Lab. Congratulations on holding Cardinal Left.
Oh my god.
We are having a bit of a struggle over here.
I actually like trying to not look because I'm so nervous about this. Egg Albatross always gets my blood boiling.
Yeah, I honestly don't blame you, but hopefully this should just be
What is Underground doing?
Underground. It's one air attack, please. Be careful. Oh hey, there's a bot. Get out.
Alright. He's out of the danger zone.
Yeah, there we go. Also, thank you, TSD, for the clip.
Yeah, sure made fools out of ourselves.
Nothing new for you.
Okay.
What? You were the first one to jump at the chance.
Yeah, that's gotta be the worst commentator's curse in the history of Sacer. We've had some bad ones too, but that's gotta be up there.
I think that was the first cut. Like, the first time I commentated for Stacer was for the Rose LTS tournament, but I don't remember it being a part of any of the commentators' curse.
Yeah.
I think this is my first commentator's curse. I
Yeah,
should win. I should win an award.
Even though you didn't say it, you're guilty by association. So congratulations. But all right, we do have Lab entering the spooky section of the run. Hooray! We do love the spooky section.
It's also the section with my least favorite level, Mystic Mansion.
Yes. Another stage where I'd personally go against the current, because it's very funny. I think I mentioned it when I was doing comms yesterday, but growing up casually, Bingo Highway and Mystic Mansion were my favorite stages for pretty much overall. And they're like two of the most hated stages in the run.
I know, or just in the Sonic community in general, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, any Deku emoters, any no Bingo Highway.
They're asleep, so stay quiet and move slow.
You know, if you have a Deku SR, so you should flex that.
If I were to break character and give my secret unpopular opinion that I don't want anyone knowing, Bingo Highway is actually not. It's actually a very fun stage in my opinion.
I would unironically agree with that. It's a pain in the ass, but for Chaotix, it's really not that bad. I would argue it's fairly lenient, aside from probably one or two things.
Probably because it's faster if you know where all the chips are.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I just think that
The
Chaotix,
underground is going for the large jump.
you know, we getting mad air over here. Alright, Lab is coming up to this flight reset over here. Will he get it in a timely manner? Yes, he
Oh
will.
my god, he got it right as soon as we say it. That's the good commentator's blessing.
Oh, let's go. It's about time. Alright, and it does look like Underground's coming up to the last part of Frog Forest. I think,
Ultimate ninja power.
all things considered, I don't think Frog Forest really gave them too much of a problem. So, you know, we're just chilling right now. We're getting through the run.
Yeah.
Although they almost took a hit here, and that would be a very bad place to get hit because of that.
Oh my god. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye while looking at Labrys's screen.
Listen, I know I'm an advocate of saying hi to the frogs, and that's why I don't necessarily like Frog Forest for Chaotix, but like, when you're in the speed run, you gotta get the speed run done. So unfortunately, we can't say hi to the frogs. Please don't accidentally say hi to them. Alright, Lab is in Mystic Mansion. What are we going to see? What does this stage have to offer to Lab?
Is he gonna get good RNG here? Yes.
Yes, he is. Alright. So we got one instance of good RNG in this match. This is good. This is what Lab really needs. You know, as much as he's got quite the timing advantage here. You know, a little bit of extra time effort.
No.
Also, as much as I love Mystic Mansion, you don't want to spend any more time in this stage than you have to. You know, the torches are admittedly just very annoying.
Yeah, they're annoying to.
Please, Underground, please get a ring, I swear.
Oh my god.
You're killing me.
Oh my god.
Just grab it.
If he's gonna get through this whole stage ringless, he deserves all my respect. Oh wait, he's gonna get rings. He's gonna get a ring.
Thank you.
He deserves no more respect anymore. Just kidding.
Nah, he deserves my respect. I'll respect him for that.
That's fair.
Alright. Did we get Spooky Boost on that side? We did not go for Spooky Boost. What is the point?
Might as well just invalidate the run.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we haven't had a funny frame yet from either runner, so their runs are not yet valid. You know, Lab's coming up to the second chance to get funny frame, so hopefully he does not immediately invalidate his run.
Yeah.
It's a requirement. Just go to speedrun.com. Here, it's a requirement for the run. Don't actually do this.
There's something wrong here.
It would be the absolute worst if that actually wasn't a legitimate requirement. Imagine.
Listen, it's the skill check. Also, Lab going back for that checkpoint. Thank you. Thank you for making the correct decision.
Always go, even though it's not faster, always go for the checkpoints in tournaments, or heroes tournaments.
Yes, and even then, even in this run in particular, go for checkpoints, please.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Like,
we can't stress that enough.
You know, and especially in this tournament, it's not gonna hurt anyone. Just get the freaking checkpoint.
Yep.
Gee, I don't know if it was the fact that we're getting like 4 FPS on Discord here, but it almost looked for a moment like we have almost flipped through the court.
That's actually a really That's actually funny.
That would be very funny.
It is very easy to like falsely think that would happen on such a poor connection.
Yeah, shoutouts to Discord.
Discord sucks.
This is so true, that's true. Alright. So I think we're looking good. We're looking good on torch count over here so far for Lab. Oh, Lab got you baited. We went to the wrong wall. It's over. Just kill the run now, Lab. It's over.
Might as well do it while you're again, I can't another sentence.
Yeah. Alright, are we gonna see wholesome strat from Lab? Alright, yep, okay, we're seeing part 1 of wholesome strat.
Alright.
Are we gonna do the big boy strat, or are we doing... Nope, we're doing wholesome strat. Honestly, I agree. It's really not that
that actually looks really sick.
Yeah, and...
Even though it's not faster, it looks cooler.
I'm gonna be honest, it really isn't... I don't think it's that slow. It's definitely slower, but I don't think it's that slow. Especially if you're just really good at doing character switches.
It's only faster if you're an absolute paranoid Pete and I don't know, I'm making something up. And you just have to jump really carefully over those rails.
What was he cooking? Sorry, I had to process the statement for a moment. I was just like, no, seriously, what was he cooking? But I get what you're going for there. But alright, it looks like Labras is finishing Mystic Mansion, no explosions. We're clocking with the 426. Listen, we're probably just behind. We're probably just behind Mystic Mansion.
Yeah. Underground's just starting Hang Castle, by the way. Oh, he's not getting the loop. Oh my god.
That was scary. Also, something to note here, Lab is also not on, Lab is on real hardware, so we are doing RTA splits, and we will have to see the file time at the end of the run. Just to, just to check the final time.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Lab is on pace or not.
I can't either. I can't see a split, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember his TV off the top of my head either, and I literally watched it. Brain, please. Also,
Again, don't run Sonic Heroes.
Also, I don't think Lab got funny frame.
Oh, well, his run is invalidated.
Sorry, Lab.
He's having trouble with this wave of enemies right here. Oh my god.
In this sub 50 still, I'm honestly not sure. I think it could still sub 50. I think it'd be a little tight though.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, Egg Fleet is, around how long?
A good Egg Fleet could probably get under 2 minutes, I would say. It depends on what strats.
And Final Fortress can last a minute, so 3 minutes plus a 30-second Egg Albatross mean that this could be sub 50.
Yeah, but the time that TSD gave was giving. Bleh, dear God. The time that TSD gave us was out of Mystic Mansion, so we do have to factor in if Robot Storm goes well here. So I guess I'll leave that out.
Yeah, I didn't even think to factor in Robot Storm. I'm so dumb.
It does look like Robot Storm's gonna be okay. We're at
He's actually got the good Vector RNG.
Actually, we've got I think we got level 3 everyone except Vector, but even then, still got level 2 Vector, so... Yep, there we go. Now we got level 3 for everyone. So,
yep.
that is pretty much good to go for the rest of Robot Storm. I think the only thing that would make a difference is how many Team Blast glitches we're going to end up doing, which we are, because we infect our level 3, we're not doing Team Blasts anywhere here. So we're probably just going to do 2 at the end of Robot Storm, which, you know, pretty standard stuff.
And Underground's attempting this boost here.
Yep, right. Just waiting to see if we can get that extra flight off of Vector's head. Oh,
yes.
There we go.
Alright.
Just gotta go through the side. There you go. Perfect. So, Underground will be finishing up Hang Castle with, I believe, was a... what was it? A 3 or something? 316.
316.
You know, probably not the time that they necessarily wanted, but not a bad time by any means. Yeah, you know, unfortunately at this point, this is kind of, for Underground, this kind of Labs. This kind of
Labs definitely is not getting a sub 50 now. I just realized after how long this Robot Storm took.
Well, I guess we would have to see what the file time is coming out, or what it should be coming out of Storm. Yeah, Underground is loading into Mystic Mansion. We're making our way to the first instance of level RNG. So let's see, will Underground get good or bad RNG?
Please.
Also, Lab, yeah, okay. Ooh,
making us wait much longer. Making us wait extra long.
Also,
making us wait extra long.
Also, his...
Alright, he got good RNG. Okay.
He got the good RNG, but his part... two of those hits, he was actually frames away from dying, but I think...
He was just keeping us in total suspense.
But I think Espio went to get a ring right before he slammed into the robot, so it could have gone pretty bad. Alright. And also, we are getting confirmation that this could still be sub 50 pace. It is going to be tight, though. Ooh, okay.
Oh, I guess I forgot to turn invisible there.
Yeah, Mystic Mansion is unfortunately just giving Underground a bit of a hard time. And granted,
I mean, what can you do? It's Mystic Mansion.
It's a hard stage.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of moving pieces to it. Also, thank God, we have Egg Fleet on one of the screens. Thank freaking God. And
the screen froze as soon as he was going to land on the side, so I was worried if he was going to fall once the...
Here we go.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Lab did not get the... did not skip the loading trigger for the door, so we did have to either go above it or around it. Lab opted to go around
it didn't reach the rail.
Dang.
Oh my god.
This is... It's all falling apart.
He made it though.
Yep, we're getting back to the rail here, but we are very far behind where Lab would like to be. And
he's going backwards. Oh my god.
We didn't switch characters. We had too much speed.
Oh my god, what?
Characters. Switch characters before you hit the
spring. That doesn't work. The spring doesn't work.
Yeah, please switch characters. It'll prevent that. Just.
This Egg Fleet is really scuffed for Lab right now.
I am legitimately crying. I'm so sad. Egg Fleet's just a hard stage.
I'm throwing a tantrum internally.
I'm actually just ending it all in Minecraft. What is the point? What prevents it is holding forward? Oh, I was told that it also depends on speed.
Oh, that's what causes that to happen.
I don't know. I'm being told two conflicting things now, so I have no idea. But
yeah, always do your research.
Point is, it was very unfortunate.
Definitely.
Also,
what is Underground doing with these torches?
We were just having some trouble getting one tornado to hit both of them, I guess.
I'm trying to clip through the door. I guess he gave up already.
Awesome. I will be right back.
I'm not good at solo commentary, so I don't know what to say. How have all you guys' days been?
Sorry, I'm back.
Alright, I thought you were gonna be gone for much longer because I was trying to start a conversation with the chat.
No, it's okay. Don't let me interrupt your conversation. It's
Alright.
important. The people, listen. We want to hear. What is mutated bacon's?
What's on my mind is that I'm hungry and I want to eat dinner.
Oh, that's so funny because someone actually just came to my door to tell me dinner's ready, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Ultimate ninja power.
Oh, well.
But am I gonna eat right now? No, I gotta watch speedrun.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though I'm enjoying commentating for this though.
This has been very fun, absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, also I just want to make it known, you know, Underground is honestly doing very well. I'm pretty sure they're on PB pace.
Oh my god, he missed the rail. Oh, great.
Why? Lab, you're killing me right now.
He's making me a nervous wreck.
I don't have the emotional availability to be a nervous wreck. I'm just crying on the inside. Lab, please. Come on, keep this up 50.
Get this a Final Fortress done, over and done with.
I think we're starting.
We need to see the end time already. I'm like just itching to see it.
I think we're starting to reach copium levels of sub 50 pace.
I feel the same way.
What
is going on with Lab right now?
Triangle jump.
I was so scared that he was gonna fall in between those two platforms.
Lab, you're scaring the ever living shit out of me right now. Also, no wholesome strat for Underground.
Oh my god, Lab, no! Alright. Good thing
we're-
that platform's there. Good thing that's there. But he missed the Team Blast though, so he's gonna have to do the Team Blast glitch.
Lab.
Please,
This
Lab,
is-
please.
I'm crying. This is copium sub 50 is real. Copium. Can I get some copium? Can I get
nervous
some
right
copiums
now.
in chat?
Hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and put one in there.
Yeah, we need some copiums right now. Also, Underground coming to the last room of Mystic Mansion. We have 4 more torches to go. So it looks like they did not miss anything, which is always nice to see.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Robot Storm will be nicer. Oh, what are we gonna do, buddy?
Well, one thing's for sure, we just need to get Egg Emperor over and done with at this point, and the anxiety will be relieved.
Yeah, the nervous breakdown. Lab was sweating for both Egg Fleet and Final Fortress. It's very unfortunate. The world of speedrunning.
Uh-huh.
Alright, but I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, if we get the cleanest Egg Emperor ever, sub 50 could be real.
Looks like we're in a jam, boy.
Yeah.
Evil must die.
Come on, Lab.
Beware my ninja power.
I believe.
Sub 50 cannot be done, says TSD.
Uh-oh.
Bring it on!
I'll show you what real evil is.
Please, I just want to at least see a good Egg Emperor.
Well, that's definitely, unfortunately, not how one starts.
Whatever, let's just get it. Let's get it done. Just get it done.
It's okay. This still works. We're still setting up for something fast.
Yeah.
And Vector was an asshole. Never mind.
Great.
You
I mean,
should say-
surely he can't thunder shoot anything else other than Egg Emperor this time.
Well, yeah.
You only get one character stuck on there.
Well, also, literally all the other robots are dead, so I hope.
All right, there we go. He's done.
You give GG's, Lab. You made it.
GG.
GG. Sorry about the final 3 splits. It's very
Let's throw
unfortunate.
GG in there too.
Listen, this game's hard.
This game's not hard. It just sucks.
Listen, I mean, we've seen Emperor meltdown time after time after time. It really be like that sometimes.
Saying that's a. They're saying that it's a somewhere around like a 50-40.
54x would be pretty safe guess, but so I think it is safe to say that
Never know.
I think it's safe to say at this point that Lab is probably taking the win here. If that is the case.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if that is
we,
the
we
case,
might need to run it. We might need to run it back just to make sure.
Right, but if that is the case, that would mean that Lapras will be moving on to play against Dawn. And if true,
My ex-nemesis.
Underground will be playing. Oh, look at that! Underground will be playing you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, in that case. But we still gotta wait for Underground to finish first.
Yeah. We do have to get the next. Well, actually, this is the last. So I don't know if. I mean, I'm sure there's still plenty of time for Underground to finish.
Yeah.
But yes, please do cheer Underground on. They are doing very well. I am not sure if they're on PB pace or not. It's kind of hard to tell with everything there.
Mm-hmm.
TSD,
42 seconds off, Lab says. Oh. Wait.
42 seconds off PB, I think.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah, like missed PB by 42 seconds.
I couldn't tell because all I saw was the 42 seconds off message.
Okay. But yes, please, again, do cheer Underground on. They are almost done with the run. They're very close. Just got a few more splits to go after Egg Storm, Jesus Christ, I did it again. Robot Storm. Alright, I'm gonna get clowned in the comments, I'm gonna get clowned in there for that.
Every time I have to say a stage's name, I pretty much have to just like stop and think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get clowned by the Heroes community for saying Egg Storm anyway, so just get it over with, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I suffered my fate.
You could always just say this stage and it works just fine.
I mess up English too much to even be that good, man. It's so funny. I'm so bad at English, and it is my first language.
Yeah, I mean, English is, from what I can tell, one of the hardest languages for anybody to learn.
It do be a really bad language. Heard it here first, don't say so. English sucks.
Yeah, we should change this channel to Spanish.
Yo, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, we can have like a one of those like Spanish branch offs like Sonic or Caesar Eventos or whatever events is in Spanish.
See, the problem is, I really wouldn't be much better speaking Spanish. I speak like 1.5 languages, and I suck at all of them.
And I was right, it was Evento.
There were a lot of them, boys.
Yeah, but either way. Yeah, even if we spoke Spanish, I'd still be.
We would have to like round up a. Sorry, am I talking over you?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, but we probably for us to do that, we'd have to like round up an entirely different community of people who don't speak English.
I mean, we got quite a few people on here. I think that speak Spanish. I think there's a small amount.
Nacho, I know, speaks.
The problem is, I would just have to stop and think, and that's where everything goes wrong. Is where I have to use my brain.
Yeah. Hang on, let me trend.
Thank you, Lab, for what I'm assuming is French. Thank you.
It's French for try another story.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, there is a decent French population in the Caesar community.
Yeah.
So, and all I'm saying is, it could be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Lab, if you suck at it, then why do you have a redeem on your channel that says "say something in French"? That's on you, buddy.
Does he?
Underground. Underground on the. Okay, we're just going around.
Oh yeah, we gotta still see his IGT. Or not IGT, file time.
Yeah, and the file time is 8:50:42, so pretty good guess.
Oh
from
my god. He underground fell.
no. That's so unfortunate.
I don't like how that happened right as we got to see what Lad's time was.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It didn't go well.
Not at all.
What is the point?
He's not gonna make the rail either. Oh wait, he's going right inside of the enemies. Oh my god, that was scary.
Yeah, played that a little.
Both
Like,
both runners. What did he get hit by? Did you see that?
I think it was a cannon. I'm gonna be honest.
There's a cannon in that location.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not seen that part of the stage in a long time.
The only time I've ever been in that part of the stage when I played this game when I was 8 years old. I don't think I've ever been in that part of the stage ever again in my life.
That is indeed very fair.
Like when you speed run a game, you really only see like 10% of what it has to offer.
Honestly, yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, and unfortunately for Underground, thankfully can also just be a very hard stage.
Mm-hmm. It's hidden. Oh, it was gonna go over the barrier. I like that part of the level because it's so easy to clip through the floor, but you don't die. It's like one of the few places in Heroes where like clipping through the floor doesn't punish you.
Yo, optimally broken game, let's go.
Optimally broken.
Let's go. That's pretty much like Sonic's brand at this point.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
At least, you know, in a speedrunner's case.
Or just like any Sonic game's case.
It's true. Alright. Do we have patience? We do not have patience.
Ugh.
Okay, we still got through it anyways, but sometimes you just gotta slam Charmy head first into those lasers and hope for the best. You could technically wait a few seconds. You are hanging very close to the left. Oh my god, that was very scary. You very easily...
And he's homing attacking the cannons, so boy, oh my god.
You very easily can get spotted by that robot below when going up that wall by using the cannons.
I think I once got detected by it by thunder shooting, and SBO went in. Oh no, Vector went in like the complete opposite direction in line of that enemy, and I got spotted, and I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, you have to be very careful there because that can happen, and then next thing you know, it is time loss upon time loss upon time. We are coming up to Final Fortress.
Alright.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Could in theory, save a little bit of time overlap here. I think Lab got a 142.
Yeah, and this already seems to be a lot faster than Lab's Final Fortress. And I think Lab also fell into the springs there in his run. I'm not sure.
Lab, I swear, if you load into Dark Story, I'm gonna scream.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
And
he changed it to English too.
That's exactly why I'm saying it. Okay. No, get off of Dark Story.
No, oh my god.
Lab, get off of Dark Story right now, I swear to god.
Press the B button. Okay, I'm logging off of comms. No, I'm kidding.
Alright. Any Dark Story enjoyers?
Cricket's chirping.
No, Big Mikey's gotta be around somewhere. Also, it has shadow.
I don't know what's going on. Mikey's just like hopping in and out,
And to be fair, also, it's got shadow. You know, this team's got shadow, so therefore, Seafood is probably happy.
Yeah. All right, Mikey's here. All right, we got a Dark Story enjoyer.
Yeah, we got one Dark Story enjoyer. I guess Joey and New wouldn't be Dark Story enjoyers, but they're definitely Dark Story runners. I keep saying Dark Story. This is not SFG. Team Dark Runners. This is. Okay, in other news, though, Underground has made it through Final Fortress, so we will be going on to Egg Emperor one last split. Keep playing strong, Underground. You got this. You're almost there.
And apparently Joey likes Dark too.
I can't believe we lost Joey. What's the
I
point?
wouldn't say we lost him, but he's gone cuckoo.
Not to Dark LTS. To be fair, I think all the to be fair, I do think all the categories are cool. I just
Seeing
think
Lab
Dark LTS.
Seeing Lab doing Dark is like messing me up because it makes me think he's still like racing underground.
Yeah, Lab's having a little bit of trouble about this track here. There we go.
But we should really pay attention to Underground's Egg Emperor here.
This is very true. They are officially loaded into it now. Okay, so... Okay. Taking a hit there, unfortunately, but I think we know how to deal with this situation. Definitely looks like it. We're okay, going to the other side.
Immediate kill there. Waiting for another cycle.
Okay. Oh, none of them stuck to that. Oh, we walked right into the beam.
Oh boy. And he can't switch to Charmy because he got hit.
Alright. Let's try
Just
again.
get out of the way of the horizontal beams.
Yep. Okay, Vector decided to stick for a little bit, but we're still gonna need one more cycle.
Yeah, one more cycle should definitely do it.
Is this it? Yes, it is. GG's Underground.
GG Underground.
GG. I'm very curious what Underground's time will be.
I don't know. I can't tell because I'm not good at calculating IGT without a timer.
Never mind, but we'll see at the end file time. Because I am very curious if this is potentially a PB for Underground. Because I believe they have a... If this sheet is up to date, they have a 101.10.
Lab is trying to do bot boost in an LTS tournament. That's not legal.
Uh-oh. Also, Underground is in chat saying that no way this is a PB, so unfortunate. Still put up a good fight.
What's going on?
What's
Yeah, he
what?
definitely gave it his all. Both runners definitely gave it their all.
What? Okay, what is he cooking?
He's trying to do a buff boost, I think.
Hold on, you
Yep,
guys.
alright.
It's
Yeah.
no trick.
Yep, there he goes.
There we go.
I'm paying you. You'll be
I
rewarded.
don't think
that-
we skipped the gator, though.
As soon as I conquer the world,
No,
I will
I
pay
don't
you.
know what you're talking about because I don't run dark.
I have no... I think it's time to kill the gas. It's time to turn the stove off. It was an honest attempt, and we appreciate it, though.
Uh-huh.
Alright, but yes, so I think, again, it is safe to say that Lab will be taking the win. So Lab's next match will be against Dawn SR, and Underground's next match will be against our lovely commentator, Potato Bacon.
That's me.
It is you. Very true.
I
But
thought
yes.
when he went to the file time, when the Lab went to the file timer and he landed on his practice file that said 99 hours, I thought that was his like race file at first.
That would be very fun. But yes, we will see.
Should we get the two runners on for an interview, do you think?
That's going to be up to Restreamer because we do have one more match that is supposed to happen at 6. It's going to be Superior versus S-Fan being commented by Gameit and Drum. So we will see if we have. I think we should have time for interviews, but again, it is up to say, sir.
All right.
But yes, and I'm sure if we do get the runners in for interviews, that the interviews will last long enough to see Underground's file time. Hello, Lab.
GG, Lab.
GG's, congrats on the win, and sorry about the Team Dark not working out there.
Nah, it's fine.
I don't know if you were listening to comms, but the moment you left the file time screen, I started saying, I'm like, Lab, don't go to Team Dark, please. I read you from a mile away.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I wanted to hit Gator Skip on stream. That would have been sick.
I know.
You also got banned from the tournament for doing bot boost in an LTS tournament.
It's
so
true.
I entered Bop stage.
Yeah, sorry, your run's invalid. Also, wait, your run didn't even hit either funny frame, so it's invalid anyway. I'm sorry.
That didn't PB.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if we're getting Underground in here. I guess we can wait a little bit, but Lab, how do you feel about your run?
I think it was fine in Team Dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be too mad about what I lost time on. Like, the death in Frog Forest is just a be farther back issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was an honest attempt.
What the hell happened in Lost Jungle? I think I just lost time.
I'd have to run back the Lost Jungle.
I didn't
Yeah.
die. I was just kind of floundered, I guess.
Yeah. From Egg Fleet forward, though, the commentator's booth was crying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those egg stages were very unfortunate. They were not being nice to you at all.
the thing that kept me going after Team Dark was the gigantic Bingo Highway Gold.
The Bingo Highway Gold is pretty big, honestly. Bingo Highway, honestly, did not really give you any trouble at all.
No?
Would you like to see?
Yeah, you got the 9th chip relatively fast, and that always takes me like a million years to get that chip.
I figured it out. You need two teammates right one in front of the other. You need to know
Yeah.
which one's gonna hit the thing, and then switch to the other one that didn't hit the thing, so it can go through.
Oh, and Underground, sorry to interrupt, Underground is pulling in with what looks to be a 1 or 232. So that is confirmed, Lab. You did take the win, so congratulations again. But Underground, tried your best, still a good run. Still playing close to PB, only roughly like a minute 22 seconds away, I think it was. So, playing relatively close to PB. That's what you like to see for a tournament event. Big GG's to you as well, Underground.
GG's to both runners.
Exactly. Alright, so, Lab, do you want to add anything to pretty much anything about your run? Anything that you wanted to discuss?
I'm hyped for versus Dawn.
Yeah, you
I think that'll be close.
I think Dawn really wanted you to win. I think Dawn really wanted to go up against you.
Yeah, no.
You fulfilled his wish.
Yeah, really.
Where's Grandin?
It's gonna be a really good match. It's gonna be like unofficial rivals battle.
Yeah, I've had enough official lines of those, so yeah. Let's keep this one off the books.
Nah, we're not keeping it off the books. It's gonna be for everyone to see.
Yeah, awesome.
Gotta put it on
You
the
should be there. You should all be there if you can. If you can't, don't be there.
But you should be there.
But you should.
Yeah.
But you
Just
can't
be
do
there.
anything.
Just simply be there. That's all there is to it. But yeah, any closing thoughts on that note, Lab?
Keep watching,
Yeah, that is
please.
true. But yes, so I think that will probably conclude this match again. Lab will be going on to face Dawn SR in their next match, and Underground will be going against Mutated Bacon and Kung Food with me.
Which I'm very excited for.
Yep, stick around at Acer. We got one more match for today. Again, that is going to be Superior versus S-Fan, and we will be getting that commentated by Game It and Drum himself. So stick around, it's going to be great. And Bacon, it was awesome commentating with you. Thank you so much, and I hope we can do it again soon.
No problem.
All right. See ya, people.
All right, bye, you lovely creatures.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Let's go. It is the final match of of the first round. The final match of the first round. This is the 10th match. This is the final match of Pool A. We've got Superior and S-Fan. And the way that I worked the round robin pools was so that first and second seeds play each other on the final match day. However, since then, S-Fan has now got the second best PB in the pool. So this is perhaps the fight for winner's side. So that's pretty crazy. And I have with me Game It. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. S-Fan has improved his PB by, I think, over 2 minutes since the pools have started. And so he's really showing himself to be better than his seeding, which is, it's interesting. And we're going to see just how far he can push it. I think S-Fan has the capability to push into like the 43s in brackets, and then obviously if he learns new strats, perhaps beyond. And the same with Superior. Superior kind of just showed up a couple months ago, started running Rose, Sonic, and now Chaotix, and he's been shown to be one of the most consistent like 44 players. I mean, in practice runs he gets 44 after 44, and that is the kind of mixture that's deadly in a tournament. If you're facing Superior, you're not feeling confident, and that's props to Superior, because it's his capability that is making him so scary.
Yeah, Superior is insane. Unfortunately, he's actually been ill this weekend, so this is a comeback for him a little bit.
I didn't know
Hopefully he
that.
feels good for this. Yeah. I think the fact he has done this, he said he really wanted to do this race like at this time.
Yeah, let's hope he's feeling up to it. I know he'll play incredibly and give it his all no matter what. And we're already started. Good luck to both players. And we're off. We have no prediction up, but hopefully one of the mods are around. Perhaps. Maybe not. But this is going to be anyone's game. I mean, we always say anyone's game, but this one for real. I know Sonic Fan tends to be a bit more volatile. Let's hope that, and today it swings on his favor.
For sure.
As we head off
Super NES
towards
Fan have
Crab
done
One.
a lot of work together as well. They actually, I don't know when it's going to be, but there is a strat that they've been workshopping together.
Exactly. They've been publicly talking in the Sacer Side's chat about some kind of secret, and I know nothing about it except for what stage it will be in, and I'm not sure if I should even spoil what stage it should be in, but I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. Some kind of super secret strat that is worth saving for this race, which is enticing me. I don't know what it could possibly be, but both players are trying to get through Seaside Hill.
Yeah, it looks like
Soup
Sonic
having
Fan's
kind
doing
of
well so
a
far.
Soup having kind of a rough time. But as long as you get past Seaside Hill, just put it behind you. I mean, that's the secret to getting a run.
Yeah, for sure. So Sonic Fan with a 57. That's a really strong start.
Impossible feat.
Yep.
I know that Sonic
My
Fan
gold
looking
is a
for 44.
57.
Yeah.
Which I won't explicitly say that a 57 is a pretty bad gold for someone with my time, but 57 is my gold. All right, I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, mine's only 56. So yeah, Superior got a little bit of catching up to do now. There's time right there though. So Sonic Fan just messed up a little bit with the box breaking. I think that Vector may have gotten hit, similar to how like Superior did there. But my hero's knowledge is showing there. But I'm pretty sure if both of your teammates get hit, then you can't actually call them back. But if only one does, then you can even call the damage one back.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's the fact that you're SBO, but I think there's callback actions for all three teammates. Even with SPO, I think rolling calls back your teammates just like flying. But
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
I remember the
small semantics, eh?
Yeah, I remember Aura made like a little tutorial for like how to call your teammates back after pinball tables. And I'm not sure if it works the same for like non-pinball, but for flight you had to do a fly, and then with SPO and Vector you had to do the B button action. Oh my
Mhm.
god, what is S-Fan doing? Is this the strat?
This is some kind of gentleman's. They're infinite flight glitching above the flower, and they're continuing on. Wow. Okay. Well,
Why was S-Fan
Uh,
so fucking good at those IFGs?
I don't know, but well, Soup has the
Oh my
innovation.
god!
So I love doing this on the stage. By the way, I've explored this stage out of bounds so often, so I'm like the perfect guy to talk about this kind of thing. But yeah, I mean they're just playing the stage out of bounds. I don't know why. This is not the secret strat. They already told me what level the strat's on. This is just some gentleman's, I guess. But yeah, you can finish like this.
Well, it's really been tied back up now.
Yeah. Superior is more practiced on this
Oh,
part.
I saw them do this earlier. I saw them in VC like Superior, and he was like a minute 56 into the level, blue sky, and it said Dashar as the text, and I was like, where the hell is he? I know nothing that fits that criteria. He was here. He was practicing this.
Yep, and this spring will take you over the ceiling and back into the normal level. Yep, this is fun. Well, this is kind of fun. Real wacky, but that is the gentleman's agreement. I mean, I always think gentleman's agreements are kind of wacky, let's be honest.
Oh my god, no way.
Well, okay. I think we're not looking at a PB for
Oh
anyone.
no, S1 don't die.
Yeah, that would be like beyond tragic. All right, anyways.
Okay, so obviously best time is like the key tiebreaker in this tournament. So they're kind of, sabotaging themselves there by a minute and a half each.
Yeah, fun
Just for
fact,
this
you
race.
can continue even later on into the level using more IFGs, but the actual geometry and the camera beyond there is so tricky. I've only ever gotten it once. It's legitimately so difficult to IFG into the next like rolling rock section. Really interesting. All right.
Yeah, Superior now has a 15-second lead, so he's got back 20 seconds there, which is crazy.
Yeah, back to normal gameplay. Egghawk.
Yeah,
It's
both
a
of these
pretty
guys are really good.
pretty simple boss. All you do is grab the invincibility power up, do a little bit of damage as you're luring him backwards, just so that he can land on this circle thing, and you can just wail on him.
Yeah, I do want to say I've enjoyed seeing S-Fan play like an adventure era game at like a pretty top level, because he's a top runner of Sonic R, and that's like maybe there's like some other games, but that's kind of all I can think of. It's really been cool for me to see that him do Chaotix here and actually be really good at it. I've been able to see like what he brings to like Sonic R and whatever.
Yeah,
I really appreciated that.
I happened to check his speedrun.com profile. I know he played some StatX, and he's also played a Wubsy game for the Game Boy, so all that experience is really helping him in this race, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think where it shines for these guys as well is Grand Metro. I think they have particularly good Grand Metros.
Oh yeah. Top level Grand Metros are just, slight improvements galore. If you can save, half a second on each little section, then I mean you're saving like, what is it, like 10 seconds over the course of the stage? I'm trying to do math. It's
Yeah.
unnecessary. You can save a lot of time by doing slight improvements. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is really the stage of like marginal gains. Like, it's definitely my least favorite of the big stages, just because I'm like, it's kind of too much. I think like optimizing every enemy. There's 85 of them.
Yeah, I think this might be my least favorite stage. That's what I wrote. in the profile, and I know that's kind of crazy, but I hate getting stuck on enemies and dealing with jank on enemies. So
Yeah, I could definitely roll the torches to enemies.
I mean, maybe I wouldn't say that for sure, but
I know definitely I hate power plant as well, so I guess this whole like city area is cursed for me in Chaotix.
I think we can all agree that capsules are the best if we must
Yeah.
choose one. Both players are doing well. We kind of glossed over it, but the RNG on this level is very important. You want Charmy level 2 and SPO level 2 as soon as possible, with some, restrictions, some asterisks there, but both people getting pretty much perfect RNG. And Superior's building up a bit of a lead, just because of his already having a lead, and he's also playing this Grand Metro a little bit better. So furthering his lead, I should be saying. Yeah, I mean, let me see Superior still get a 44.
Oh,
It would be
God,
just
that'd
like
be
him.
crazy.
Yeah, if people miss the beginning of this race and they get to the end and see like 246s and they're like, they don't
Yeah,
even
so-
realize they don't
Yeah.
even realize that like a 46 is an incredible performance at that point. Yeah, both players still just not having any major trouble. S-Fan, as I say that, missing an enemy, and yeah, basically you just have to belly flop fly. You might even not even have to belly flop, but I always do just in case you're not high enough.
Yeah, definitely a lot of the time, I think, like, obviously, like, I always think of this in SA2, like, pause hovering to just help you cross a gap that's meant for casuals. Like, you didn't actually need to do that. You actually meant to cross that, and pause hovers are kind of like, not a glitch, but not there for casuals. And so, yes, stuff like exactly that with the belly flop, like, should I even be doing this? Do I look stupid doing this? So that's always weird for me to think about, but it definitely just makes sense a lot of the time.
It is just a pretty rare backup to have missed that. Yeah, he needs to go back for this turtle. I mean, I can't say for sure that turtle wasn't going to die, but like half the time you send up an enemy into the air, you need to go back for it. It's not going to die. And half the time it does, but always rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, so definitely this isn't going really to plan for S-Fan. It's looking like a 3-5X, actually.
Yeah, unfortunate. Getting the game at Grand Metro for sure. I say that because I'm bad at the level.
Oh, yeah. And, okay, we're going for the death strat.
Yeah, if you get no rings on that backwards ground excel, or rocket excel, then you can get the death strat. Doing the death strat with one ring, actually, and a lot of people don't know this, is slower, so you should do it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it saves too much time. I know that a death, like, with the parts that the timer aren't running, is 1.74 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know that. I've never had to do pace keeping.
Oh yeah, Deku found that out. He looked at it with a memory reviewer. Both restarts and deaths, the non-timer parts are 1.74.
Yeah, and both people going for death strat. Doing it ideally, it is faster, and what's especially nice is that it's not only faster, but it gives you a much lower time. It's like it only saves like 1 second, but it saves like 2 and a bit seconds off your in-game time. I just made up that number, by the way. I hope it's right. Yeah, so it's always nice to get a low number at the end of the level. Makes you
What the
feel
hell
good.
just happened on Sonic Fan screen? Is that a new strat?
It was a little bit of a skip. I think that he did it normally. I think he belly flopped and then just let himself bounce up and then belly flopped backwards.
Oh, okay.
But there was a little bit of like a frame skip, so it looked kind of wacky on our screens.
Yeah. Typical Discord feedback. I suppose I could just cheat and watch this on Parsec, actually.
Anyways, we just blasted past the first team battle for Team Dark. Harder than it seems. There's a specific manip to just have them instantly die. Just lead them off the stage and they'll just jump right off. But it is pretty picky and it loses a lot of time to miss it.
Oh
Um,
no, there we go. There's a miss.
Yep, and
Yeah.
the two main strats to do is just to completely retry it, which only loses you a couple of seconds. It seems bad because we're going back into the main menu, but you have to remember that we're timed using in-game time, and nothing in the main menu is timed at all. So it's kind of like death stratting in SA2, I guess.
Yeah, it's about.
I don't
8
know much about
seconds.
that game, but
Yeah.
you do that. It doesn't lose too much time. It loses less time than you think.
Yeah, especially when pauses and menuing are not timed in this game, but whereas deaths and restarts are. So it's actually the entirely opposite for SA2. So you don't lose time in the menu, you don't lose time in pausing, so it's just like a flat 8 and a bit seconds or something that you lose.
Yeah. And the only other alternative is to fight them, which might take you 20 more seconds, because the team fights in this game are not designed for casuals. They're actually designed for no one, because they aren't designed.
True,
That's my sentence.
yeah, it's really fucked up. I was like playing through like Chaotix just to make a practice file, and I got to Team Dark and I hadn't like learned any speedrun stuff. Obviously, I did it 3 years ago, but I basically didn't remember any of it. So I was trying to just beat it casually, and I couldn't.
Yeah, pretty much. There's like a few certain things you can do. I mean, all of your attacks are pretty good, just depending on like the scenario. The problem is they have like infinite iframes, and they always just own you way harder than you can own them.
Yeah. On my like actual like memory card, like my physical one, I have got 141 A ranks, and God, uh, that's a crazy achievement. Like actually looking at this game now that I'm like somewhat proficient at it, like Jesus, this game doesn't
Yep.
work.
You gotta learn the all A rank speedrun. It's only 8 hours. All right,
True.
so both players breezed by
Ooh.
Casino Park, and I didn't explain exactly what it is, but there's a glitch in Casino Park where you have to get 200 rings to beat the level. So the fastest way that people, what we do there is we get one of our teammates stuck in the pinball, the slot machine, and so they just roll for rings over and over again and get 200 very quickly. Just a little glitch. He also jump reacted a bit to. Looked like some.
No!
Ooh.
Oh my God!
Okay.
We just
All right.
just survived.
Yeah. Luckily, he fell far up enough on that table that he was on the right side of the barriers. Otherwise, yeah, being stuck on that table is like one of the most time cost things in this game, or in this category. I mean,
142 was like a accidental pinball visit is very good. Like, that's usually like at least 20 seconds worse.
Impossible feat. Ultimate need.
I've definitely lost like an entire 30 seconds on that, like more than once.
yeah, but that small pinball table optimization we saw from Soup, it's actually funny. The first time I saw that was Strawberry Jam, and she not only like just went between the barrier and the wall, but she lost absolutely no time on it, and it was like the fastest looking thing I'd ever seen.
Wow.
But it's like impossible to do. She just, did it first try, no problem.
This fence mega highway is really good.
Yeah, it's looking great. No pinball table visits, which is exactly what we want to see for both runners, of course. Soup got funny frame. I missed it somehow.
Yeah, it's only fun taking the middle spring there. So those springs, like each spring takes you to the same amount of height, but there's like the balls that, like the green sphere things, they give you like a fixed amount of height, and they're in like a V shape. The middle one's higher, and the side ones are lower. And I think it's like optimal to take the side ones because then it takes less time to get to the ground. But Sonic Fan took the middle one, and so I can't tell if like I'm just being silly or if it's just something like people don't really care about and they just kind of take what they get.
It's not something I think about, but
Mm-hmm.
potentially losing a couple
Yeah.
tenths of a second.
It also depends on like where the dice blocks are, because they're on a local cycle. So if you spend like a bunch of time trolling in the like ninth chip section, then you get to the dice blocks and they're just at a totally different position. So maybe like a different like a different sprint would actually have been better in your case.
Yeah. And Robot Carnival are one of these enemy wave fights. There's 2 in the category. And the RNG really matters. And it completely changes what strats you should even use to fight the enemies. And we see both players getting subpar RNG from what we've seen so far. Earlier when Soup had the wave where you usually use level 3 SBO, he only had level 2 and so he had a Team Blast. And now Sonic Fan getting that first wave with the Falcos usually want more than level 0 Charmy. But I mean, you can do it with level 0 Charmy. That's not too much of a time loss.
Yeah.
Soup definitely losing some notable time. Just enough to start swinging the lead back in S-Fan's favor if it keeps happening.
I'd definitely rather have level 0 Charmy than have level 1 for everyone for wave 4, just because.
Oh,
I feel like,
I
yeah.
prefer that personally because then you can kill the flappers with Vector and it gives you a level up for Charmy or SBO.
Okay. I did
Yeah.
actually think about that earlier today, so I should probably try that out a little. It
Yeah,
is annoying.
it's in the Deku tutorial. He'll tell you
Okay.
about it.
It definitely is annoying, like actually how RNG affects the 2 robot stages.
Oh wow,
It's
and
yeah.
see Sonic Fan getting a pretty similar time loss in RNG. This time not having level 3 Vector, which is unfortunate. And he does the Team Blast
Oh,
either too early or from too far back. The Falcos do not get affected, and he's just gonna have to deal with them,
that's crazy.
losing now significant time over Superior. Yeah, and I mean this is the 3rd cycle.
That's completely outrageous.
Unforge. Soup's on my favorite level of all time, Rail Canyon.
And definitely this area was the best. I think Bullet Stage is my favorite. This is the second favorite. Well, yeah, probably. There's like
In
an
the
upper
run, you
echelon.
mean?
Yeah, in the run.
Oh my god, thank god. An honest to goodness Rails enjoyer.
Yeah.
My brother.
Why do people
Everyone
hate
hates
this?
these stages. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, like they're clearly the coolest stages. What is everyone on about?
Yeah, just look at this. Soup's gonna get the glide first try. Nope, never mind. Well, there's a really cool glide there. It saves, like, honestly a lot of time, like 6 or 7 seconds or something. The number
Yeah.
always changes because I truly have no idea, but it saves a lot of time. It's like the coolest looking trick in the game, I think.
Mhm.
And that just solidified Rail Canyon as my favorite stage. There's so many tricks on this stage too. It just doesn't maybe look so flashy. Well, I mean, the stage looks pretty flashy. You're always over endless pits and you're doing large glides and such, but
Yeah, these rail stages really make you feel like you're speedrunning, to be honest. That's so cool.
we'll see if Sonic Fan can
Oh, oh.
do a bit better. Yeah, that was very risky. I think he... usually you would kind of travel parallel to that rail there, making sure that you're in the middle and just holding forwards, but he was kind of traveling perpendicular, just trying to calculate the speed.
Yeah, maybe at one point he thought of going onto the red rail instead of the yellow one, but just barely committed to the yellow one just in time to actually make it. It was very scary.
Yeah, and it looks like Sonic Fan didn't go for the glide either. It kind of makes
Oh, no.
sense. Oh no, wow.
So Superior failing the final glide, which
Yeah.
is a 15-second death, it seems. That's I guess it's not the most unusual one to fail, but I definitely would always back Superior to hit it.
Yeah.
Considering Superior is someone who can even get like the perfect version of it, where you end up right on the rail.
Yeah, there's a pause buffer strat to get a really good glide to go straight to the rails, but most people just try to land on the bit of geometry below the rails. And unfortunately, if you just don't have enough speed, you can realize like halfway through. If you realize halfway through you don't have enough speed, all you can do is like land on like one of the few rails below, and that's like a coin toss whether you actually die or not.
Mm.
So a little bit of time save opportunity for S-Fan. We'll see if it ends up happening. Soup's going into Bullet Station.
This is best stage, at least for me. So we got definitely good tastes in the comms booth.
Yeah, I would actually put this like I'd put this below Egg Fleet at least.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely put this lower on the tier list. But
Okay.
it's probably honestly mostly because I'm just bad at it. This is
Such a
one of the
yeah.
trickiest stages in
Yeah.
the game.
It's weird as well. It's the only stage that has a cycle, and I don't know. It just kind of draws me to it a bit. It's just like this tells you how good you are.
Oh yeah, I mean, so like this is unrelated, but in one of the Katamari games I played, I loved one of the levels because I just got to know the cycles so familiarly, and there's like 1,000 cycles.
Oh, okay.
And after you play the level, you're discovering new cycles. You're like, okay, I just hit a cycle no one's hit before. You know, that's one of the that's very satisfying. So I can agree with that sentiment.
Cool.
It's a little less relatable just because I never hit any good cycles on this level. But yeah, Soup's going pretty good. I think he's gonna get like a 136 cycle.
Oh,
Hopefully. We might have missed it actually.
No.
Yeah.
so that's some more time save for Sonic Fan. Maybe. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes you get a belly flop there that's not skewed, and luckily you can usually land on the rail, but
Okay. Still 136 cycle potential, which is one cycle better.
mhm. Yeah, and Soup's doing some fancier movement here too. Could save him some time. No one opting to go like I haven't seen like anyone in this tournament go for this double rocket excel through the fence. It's
Saw mutated bacon go for it, which I thought was, you know, not a natural choice considering it's a lower pools. But I guess
Yeah,
it does
but
show like the strat
I-
differences that anyone can have. It's like it's because it's such a long game and such a difficult game.
yeah, I do feel like it is just not that risky. It's just that the failure is quite sad.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of glossed over a strat that Soup did. Oh yeah, and Sonic Fan is getting one cycle better. It's a small like 3-second time save. It's looking like, and then obviously whatever happens after in the level could affect it. But we'll see Sonic Fan up in this next rail section jump off using Vector and do a belly flop that it gives you skewed gravity and you kind of fly directly to the next part of the stage. It's pretty fast and it's not too hard. But yeah, if you fail it, you can die. So, thank God he gets it. He gets the angle. Maybe that's not the best angle. I don't know.
Yeah, both of them went down to the lower path. So very similar times though. This
Uh oh.
is just very strange. That could have been very bad. Because if
Yeah.
you like fail to make it up to that platform, then you can't actually make it back to safety.
Well, I don't know because sometimes you can save yourself on the sides of those fans. So even if you're too low
Oh.
for the fan, uh, you should try belly flopping against the fan, and you can bounce your way back up. I've seen people save themselves that way a couple times, so it's definitely worth trying if any runners are listening. See how Soup's doing with a Albatross. Got the first phase, I think a little slow, I think. But it's okay. What you want to do with Albatross is just make sure you don't die.
Yeah, 37 is totally fine.
Yeah.
Definitely a competitive time.
Hey, Albatross is one of the scariest and hardest fights in the game just because you can get stuck in between the ship and the wall, and you'll just get sent off because Vector does not have the iframes that Big has, or maybe other power characters too, although I can't speak so much to those.
I
But
think Knuckles also has enough where it's like you just mash B and you don't have to worry about it.
yeah. You always have to make sure that the ship, you give yourself enough space between the ships so the ship goes behind you and doesn't crush you against the wall.
Okay, so yeah, Sonifan can't really save any time on this fight, so he's going to maintain about 50 seconds behind. Superior going into Frog Forest. This stage is about as hard as you make it. You can go really easy and get like 2 minutes, or you can
Oh,
go crazy and get 145.
sorry if I meant to roll, but accidentally tornadoed instead.
Huh.
Kind of funny time loss. Yeah, I'd say Frog Forest is definitely, for me, it's a breath of fresh air. It's not so scary.
I don't know why
Especially if you're not going for this shuriken jump. I'm
Yeah,
not
for
sure
sure.
if you will be.
Superior doing 4 pauses for some reason. You know, you only need to do like 2. Failing this though, which is actually an annoying time loss because you have to fall all the way back down, so it's a disproportionate one. You just like screw one thing up and loses quite a lot of time.
Yeah, I never see anyone from there just hit the mushroom, but I swear it can't be any slower. But I guess since we don't hit the mushroom going up,
Ooh,
we're
we're
not gonna
making
do it on
this?
the
Okay, we
retry.
are.
Yeah.
And we play safe afterwards. We're just doing Charmy strats instead of Vector.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know who would take that as Vector.
Me.
Someone braver than me, I suppose. Yeah, and the only gimmick on this level is that you have to not get caught by these frogs, which they shouldn't catch you. You know, everyone learns this level just going a certain route that doesn't get close to any frogs anyways. But as an extra precaution, like 90% of runners take this last section completely invisible because this frog right here is looking directly at your platform, basically, that you want to stand on.
Yeah, Sonic Fan's turn at this section. His Frog is definitely going a lot better. He's about 12 seconds ahead, I think, at this point in the stage. Let's see.
Really? That's a lot of seconds faster. What did he do?
Ooh, God,
Oh,
we just
man.
made that.
Yeah, that was really close to failing.
Vector strats, let's go. Oh,
Oh,
wow, a
catch a
catch-up
flight.
flight.
Catch a flight that lands on the top platform? I mean, this is gaming. What is this going to be, like a...
That's insane. I didn't know about that. I think this
Sonic
is like
Man,
a
like, you know,
147.
he has the IL capabilities. Like, he can pull out some crazy times on some of these levels that we're not expecting. I just know that his egg fleet, I mean, doesn't he have like a 120x or something? At the very least, he's pushing into the low 130s. He might not have
Yeah,
gotten a 129 or better yet.
I think it might have even been his gold split. Like he just popped off majorly on everyone.
Yep, and this is what we're seeing is a 148 Frog Forest.
Crazy.
That is a very, very good Frog Forest.
That's quite a big time save as well on Superior. I think it could be like 15 seconds. Though it's 52 currently. We'll see soon.
Yeah, it's about 15 seconds. I know Superior got 202. But Soup's just getting through Lost Jungle. It's not the scariest of levels. There are possibilities of dying, which is kind of scary, but level's pretty short.
Yeah, Superior doing it very well as well. S-Fan just 33 seconds behind. And just as I say that Superior was doing well, he manages to troll a little at the end there. 101 result screen time is still pretty good, but that definitely should have been sub 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Fan doing well himself, though. That fourth Chao is always so annoying to hit.
Yeah, this stage is really more just annoying than difficult.
Yeah, I would agree.
You take an intended death strat. Shouts to the Jam Invitationals where for like 2 races in a row people would take a death there and Jam thought that they were making mistakes.
Wow.
But I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so he's gonna go for this. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, knowing the backup. If you like if Vector gets hit there, you actually just can't make it up to the top platform. You're not tall enough. You suffer from Team Sonic disease. Where Team Sonic, all their characters are pretty short.
Talk about a huge misunderstanding. Yeah, sure made fools out of ourselves.
Nothing new for you, Vector.
We're heading to Hang Castle now. Because this Team Rose fight isn't hard at all, and, you know, minor spoiler, but there might be a secret strat happening in Hang Castle. And I don't know what it is. So, I have a feeling, yeah, this is my feeling. Okay. So, this was posted about, there's a ghost at the very beginning of this level, and you can actually somehow belly flop on the ghost and switch to Charmy and go into this first flower at the very beginning of the level. Now, the problem is, this is very hard to do, and I guess they found some kind of way to do it more consistently, because nobody's been going for this.
Dude, you can skip IFG this entire time, just as
You
I got
can,
loaded.
so you can skip IFG if you want to do the last key first. Now, I don't know if this actually saves time. Also, how did Soup get flower glitch there? I don't know how it works, honestly.
That was weird.
But I'm excited to see the time. I wonder if like, I mean, think about it. That must be faster.
So Superior did lose a little bit of time getting into the flower. I saw that he lost 15 seconds. That excursion took 15 seconds. Let's see how long it will take for S-Fan, because that's much faster.
Yeah, it seems like they both had to re-jump on the flower, so the flower doesn't let them back in instantly.
Yeah, let's see what time S-Fan gets here. Wait, why is this so much slower? Oh, okay. He must have lost a lot of time before actually getting into the flower, before I started watching. So he actually lost a lot of time there compared to Superior, like an extra 7 seconds.
Yeah, that's a very exciting strat, though. I mean, we're gonna see, like, it looks like Superior's time is gonna be like a 150 something, which is very standard. Actually, might be 2 minutes also.
Yeah. So this is it sounds like it's just a route variation. Like you can get competitive times with it. You can choose to do it.
Yeah, actually, to me, it's
Yeah, I think it's.
I'd like to see more posted about it. I'd like to see more about what they're doing there.
Yeah.
How difficult it is, because it might be something worth people just, if they prefer not to do IFG, which is totally understandable, by the way. IFG's pretty annoying.
Yeah. I know that the best time he's got on run is a 156. It was only 3 seconds off of that. So it just sounds like it's a competitive way to do it differently.
Wow, and Sonic Fan doing a really weird strat there. Usually you do a double rocket excel into a shuriken. He just jumps and makes it.
Oh wow.
Well, he does the double rocket excel, but then he jumps. If he just jumped raw, that'd be insane if he made it, but I don't think that's possible. Alright, let's see. Alright, Soup did not get the ideal RNG, unfortunately. So in this level, you have to put out all 60 torches. The fastest way to put out a torch is level 3 SBO, and so you want level 1 SBO on that first enemy. Well, the 5th enemy, I should say. Because every 5 enemies, you get a power core that drops, and it's just a 50-50 chance which one you get. It's going to be one of the people who you're not playing. So the shot there is to kill that robot as Vector, and then you have a 50-50 chance of getting SBO. And we'll see if S-Fan can get it. We'll also see if Superior gets the backup strat. If you get the backup RNG, you don't actually lose very much time. Because critically, you get the RNG before this long room with a lot of torches.
No.
But he doesn't get it. So now you'll see Superior, he's going to have to do this next room with tornadoes, which loses a lot of time. But Sonic Fan doesn't get the ideal RNG either.
Dude, if we go 0-4, that would be awful. I suppose
Yeah.
it would be fair, but it'd be awful.
The Sonic Fan has to go for this backup RNG. I suppose he doesn't have to, but he's going to go for it for a chance to make up some time on
It's
Sup.
the wise decision, yeah.
Yeah.
It loses too much. It loses like an entire 10 seconds, 12 seconds.
I would say good Mystic Mansion so far, though. I mean, despite the RNG, both players are playing, like, ideal.
So let's see Sonic Fan here. This is pretty crucial. This can save like 10 seconds for him. No! What 0-4? That's
Wow.
unfair.
Yeah, sometimes RNG, man. It affects this category more than Rose, at least, I think. But
Yeah. I think
who knows about Sonic and Dark? I know those runs could be very rough, also. So I'm not gonna make any statements about them, but
I know they're in VC together, so at least they can, like, they know that each other also got the same RNG.
yeah,
So
and
it doesn't
there's
too hard.
a shared experience there, some camaraderie. Let's just see what they're gonna do in this next room. The spiderweb room is one of the scariest rooms, and we're gonna see some wholesome strat. Let's go. Oh, and he's going full wholesome. Let's go. So, I think this is kind of how this level's meant to be played, is just to take the rails and then not like jump off of them or anything. So when I was learning the speedrun of this game, I knew this level was really scary, and so I thought, what if I just don't jump off the rails, which is the whole scary part, and I just stay on the rail and just rail switch, or not rail switch, switch my characters on the rail, which gains you speed, but it's not risky. And we called a wholesome strat. Well, Drywall called it wholesome strat. Let's credit Drywall. Yeah, both players getting kind of screwed on RNG so far in this run as a whole, because the Robot Carnivals were also pretty rough for both of them, especially for Sonic Fan with those Falcos though. Oh, and Sonic.
Oh no!
Oh!
He got vectored. He got meat-headed.
He got vectored. Wow. Okay, so he wasn't being wholesome at all, and the game
Oh.
punishes him. Wow. So he doesn't go for wholesome strat, and what ends up happening is, so in this game, you know, all of your characters just are, you know, normal characters with hurt boxes, but Vector for some reason has a hit box that you can actually stand on. He has like collision, and what that manifests as is every once in a while you'll just die because you'll be over a pit, and Vector will somehow get under your foot and kill you. And we haven't seen any of that so far in this match, but Sonic Fan taking it in like in one of the hardest rooms in the game. It's just really unfortunate. That's what happened there.
Definitely a PSA to everyone to be wholesome.
For sure. And Soup getting the funny power and flight as he's entering this next arena. That's interesting. Well, honestly, pretty good call from Soup to kill one of those turtles as SBO instead of Vector, and he actually got a Vector level up because of it. And look at that, and he gets Vector level 3 like as early as possible. The RNG could not be nicer to him. I guess to make up for that Mystic Mansion.
Definitely during these phases, it's important to know when you're going to get the level opportunities if you need vector levels.
Oh, I never pay attention. Maybe I try to kill them all as Charmy and SBO.
Yeah.
I just try to avoid Vector at all, and then he's doing some smart combination of the two.
It can be consistent, but if you like skip some of the enemies in wave 3 by killing the golden enemy, then you're gonna have to start like paying a bit more attention.
Yeah, just having Vector level 3 for these phases on this platform are very important. S-Fan is struggling a little bit with this first wave of flappers. It's important to just keep your teammates, make sure they're jumping with you for that. Uh-oh, and S-Fan's going for this newfangled strat that I don't understand. To try and do some damage to this gold robot by standing on top of the cage, just so you can kill it as SBO. I don't know, it's some fancy stuff, but all for the sake of just not killing that robot as Vector and doing it quickly. Once again, for the Vector level ups. Yeah, but Soup having a pretty decent robot storm. I actually wonder where all his time loss did come from, because it looked pretty good to me. I think it was probably just smaller mistakes throughout.
Yeah, I don't catch it either. Time loss in Robot Storm just appears out of nowhere. There's 5 seconds gets added to your timer randomly.
Yeah, I tend to be pretty good at Robot Storm for whatever reason. I didn't know I particularly practiced it or anything, but yeah, S-Fan doesn't get good RNG actually, which is sad.
Yeah, yes, especially considering his Mystic Mansion, he's got the worst possible RNG going. No level 3 Vector, but he has 3 for SPO, what you should need 0 of, and 3 for Charmy that you only need 2 of.
Yeah, of course, having level 2 SBO is usually pretty alright because, well, if you have level 2 SBO, usually you need Vector levels pretty badly, and SBO will help you get those Vector levels, help you kill those robots quickly, but... Moving on to the final area of the game, the final 2 levels, Egg Fleet, and then Final Fortress. Egg Fleet is a fan favorite, or a speedrunner favorite, I should say. I'm sure the fans love it too.
I'm definitely not gonna lie, I don't understand the hype about Chaotix Egg Fleet. It's just a stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Controversial. I love the stage. I think it's very fun.
I'm not even like a hater. Like it's a cool stage, but why is everything so good? I don't get it. so I have to call myself a hater to stand out.
Okay, I guess so.
Oh, we're not.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Stupid. Not landing on. There's a very thin platform you have to land on back there, and nothing you can do but just land on it. Yep, and he's actually moving a little bit to the side there to make sure he gets the checkpoint. I wish I did that in my run instead. I died and almost lost, but as long as you only almost lose, then that's good.
Oh. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, doing some fancy movement there. Usually you see people taking that little bit as SBO after a ground excel. Just doing a shuriken off the side to make sure you have enough distance to make it.
Oh god.
Yeah, but Soup's pulling out all the strats. I mean, it's looking like a nice egg fleet, despite that little blip at the beginning, taking the
Jesus.
spring.
And we fell into that so quickly. Are we going first cycle? Damn. This is crazy. This is a 3x.
Yeah. Now, egg fleet is Sonic Fan's level, so we'll see if Sonic Fan can match it. Sonic Fan is just known for having a really good egg fleet. He's put a lot of time into runs on it.
138 from Superior. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. I mean, that beats my best time on the level for sure.
And Superior's lead was a 106 entering it. It definitely could come down with how S1 plays this stage, but like damn.
S-Fan misses the checkpoint, which there should be nothing wrong with. Let's, pray. Missing the checkpoint is only scary if you die, so let's see no deaths, please. At the same time, we gotta focus on Soup going for Final Fortress. I mean, Soup's in the lead by about a minute, so... Going top route here. And mistakes on this level are very punishing, so... Just hope that he gets his third key, and that'll be the kind of sign that he's getting through the level without a hitch, and it seems to be so. Yeah, and Sonic Fan missing the last glide. I'm not sure if he actually went for it, but at the very least, didn't get it. And Soup also missed the balloon with Team Blast, so he's gonna have the Team Blast glitch. Just a little bit.
Still a pretty good time from Sonic Fan. This is about a low 140. So only losing 4 seconds, 3 seconds have been a bit. But yeah, Super's just too far ahead and he's playing too well. He needs to make major mistakes at this point, definitely. And that just doesn't really happen in the final 2 splits. You can't really lose a minute.
Yeah, it seems like Soup is still on 45 pace. Now keep in mind, guys, at the very beginning of this level, or at this race, they went past the wall that normally blocks you at Ocean Palace and played a bit of the out of bounds level for like a minute and a half. So I mean, they're really, I mean, I would say Soup's like close to PB pace. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how comfortable I'm saying with that. If they hadn't done the gentlemen's at Ocean Palace, but
Yeah, I think it would almost tie PB at this rate if he did not do that. Damn, really good intro movement from Aspan. 21 at the gong.
yeah, the scariest part is falling down when you're on these upper platforms. If you fall down, there's literally no way to get back up. So, what I would do is just restart, and then what some people would do is go to the end and then die, and then get a backup key. Not sure which is actually faster, but it's pretty much pain either way.
Damn, super going for the Rocket XLs. Crazy.
Yeah. Doing the S-Fan strat, if you neutral stick in the beginning and just go for double Rocket XL.
That was very risky of him.
I didn't see what he did, but
It was like he bobbled across to the area with the pole, and he barely made it.
Sonic Fan, yeah, I did the glide. I see, but GG's to Soup.
Yeah, with this low 46, looking at like a 46.05, 46.06, which is a minute and 33, a minute 34 behind his PB, which is about what he lost in Ocean Palace.
Yeah, I think they lost closer to probably like a minute 15 Ocean Palace, so I think it wouldn't have been a PB, at least. I think that it'd be pretty tough to sit knowing that you might have PB'd if you didn't go for the funny gentlemen's, but very close race, honestly. Only about a minute difference, and it was exciting.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's going on?
What's up?
You knew it was me all along, didn't you?
See, S1 can still get a 46 of his own here, to be fair, if he gets first cycle.
Hold on, you guys.
Yep, an S-Fan doing the S-Fan strat, but looks like he shuriken too early, or at least that's That's my diagnosis as to what went wrong there. But he's able to get this 2 cycle, or oh, that was almost a 1 cycle.
Oh, is that working? No, it isn't. Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow! The flapper in between act as the bridge for the Thundershoot to make it all the way. Nice.
Wow.
GG's, S-Fan.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, let's see if we can get these players in for an interview.
Here we are.
Welcome,
Okay.
gamers.
Welcome. And your time is a 47-10. Well done.
Yep, GG's both players. Close race. Congrats to Superior for winning.
That was certainly the race.
Yeah,
That was the race of all time.
things were
Yeah.
happening.
So I have just one question. Ocean Palace. What's up, guys?
Yeah,
We just thought that'd be funny. I don't
yeah,
know.
we thought it'd be really fun to do.
It is really funny. And to be fair, for some reason I happen to be the perfect guy because I mess around in Ocean Palace out of bounds all the time. And so it was fun to see that part of the level because I'm familiar with it actually, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry we
Yeah.
didn't do it any faster. We were both kind of scared of dying. That checkpoint doesn't work for those who don't know. The checkpoint at the start of the turtle section does not work. So if you die, it takes you back beforehand. So we were gonna like do the movement a little faster, but we were both like, yeah, we're gonna play it safe. But especially after I got like a 105 seaside hill. It was like the worst seaside hill you'll ever see anyone perform. I was like, okay, yeah, all right. I'm not gonna play it any worse than I have to, but it was still okay.
Yeah, and S-Fan almost died to the enemies at the end, so
Yeah.
that was
really
very
funny.
scary. But thankfully everything worked out, and I mean, I guess let's talk about the RNG of these runs.
Yeah, at least you have
Because-
like, comparable RNG.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the RNG was pretty tough for both of you guys.
Yeah, you had to take a Team Blast each in Storm. You both got the 25% in Mystic Mansion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Storm was pretty terrible too. I know for S-Fan, Superior is a bit better.
I just played Carnival really bad. That was entirely my
Yeah.
fault. But
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I played
that-
Carnival really well. It was just really unfortunate. I saw 5 Vector levels in a row, but I like that Team Blast isn't the worst. It is obviously slower, but it's not the worst. So like my Carnival RNG was fine. Like I got the double charming at the start, so that's like the big one honestly, is not having the like double SPO, because like one charming, one SPO is still good, and then double charming is also obviously ideal. But like if you get double SPO, you're just fucking crying the club.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
Everything's
yeah.
at least
honestly,
acceptable.
double SPO is actually not even the worst either
Yeah.
if you know what to do.
Yeah, I'm cool with double SPO. He's my guy.
Yeah, honestly, double SPO is fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the secret, the Hang Castle. What's your strat? Would you like to walk me through it?
Oh, okay, yeah. So there was 2 parts to it. So first, it was me, S-Fan, and Deku in a call, and we saw that Trell, Shasta Kentrell, posted him getting an IFG, a Flight Excel jump off of the pumpkin dude, and we were like, wait, what it? At first, we weren't going to use it at all. At first, we were like, what if we could IFG off the side of the wall? And how fast would it be if you could IFG and get to the flower? And it ended up being pretty fast from like the eye test, but with like none of us actually did any timing. And then when me and S-Fan found out we were in the same pool, we were like, oh yeah, no, we're both doing this.
Okay. And
It's,
you didn't do an
it's-
IFG.
I didn't
Yeah.
do an IFG. I did a Flight Excel jump. I think S-Fan did do an IFG. I think he
Yeah,
was-
I did, yeah.
Okay, and the Flight Excel jump, that's frame perfect, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's insane. Because what it looked like to me was it looked like you bounced off the ghost as Vector into Charmy, and I was like, if that's possible, then that seems
Oh,
pretty easy,
see-
but
actually,
maybe not.
Funnily enough, we were in the call, and Deku said, "What if you did that?" I'm not sure if it works. I think we'll just have to try it. But
Yeah, I know what's happening on Sacer's sides. That's all I'm saying. After this match,
yeah, like we gotta try that, because none of us even thought about that at the time. We were just like focused on like the IFG, and like when I was doing the IFG, I think like the fastest I got with like the flight excel jump off the pumpkin was like 5.6 in the flower. And then like with the IFGs, if I ever had to back it up, it was like 6. It was like the fastest. So we're like, actually, this is like pretty fast on the eye test. Honestly, the more that I do it, even though I'm like, I'm just really bad at Hang Castle in general. Like, it's a stage I need to practice. But I'm like, I feel like, while it's not so much slower, I do actually think it might still be faster to just do it the way we've been doing it for so long. But it is, I thought it would be funny to like show off the route. And it's very likely that I'll probably just be doing it for the rest of the tournament anyway, because I can still get consistent sub 2 with it, even if I'm not playing well. So I'll probably still do it, but I do actually think it might be slightly slower anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I mean, I thought it was a great race. I mean, there was like some things like the RNG that didn't work out, and there was some small deaths. Like I think Soup died in Rail Canyon, I believe.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what happened in the Mystic Mansion. That was just pretty funny. That whole.
Oh yeah, and then Sonic Fan, what did happen? Oh yeah, you got vectored.
Yeah, I got vectored
Yeah.
and then a rail switch that because I was trying to play the spiderweb super risky. I like tried to go for the glide at the end too. I don't know if you saw that, but I whiffed it or messed it up. But
Yeah, and that's just we were just talking about how this is proof that you just have to be wholesome, otherwise the world punishes you for not
The
going
world
wholesome
will
strat.
and then I'm disappointed in my egg fleet time, but it's fine.
Oh no, I think you still got a better egg fleet than I've ever gotten, so it's
It
pretty
was
good.
it was going really well up until the last part, because I just got ground excelled and I couldn't do the star throw onto the ship.
Yeah, that's like really unfortunate. Meanwhile, that actually was my best egg fleet that I've gotten in a run. That was a goal.
That was very good. You had, I think, like a 138, right?
Yeah, I got a 138.
It's
Like
very,
my
very good.
best IL, I got actually earlier today. It was a 135. I've been like trying to grind down my egg fleets to be a lot better.
Yeah, you were moving. It was pretty sick.
Is there anything else that happened to you, Soup? I feel like you.
Honestly, there wasn't really too much. There's like any of the other things that happened like weren't really of note. Again, there was like the Rail Canyon death where I actually rail switched because I held right too early before I initiated the glide, so I died there. There was like the funny Frog Forest where I got like I didn't like move properly under the thing, and I got like stuck under the little yellow platform thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, this run, it was actually a pretty solid run, all things considered. Like, I said it in the chat where I was like, without the Ocean Palace, this is like a 4502.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you were to take like a minute 30 off my Ocean Palace, I would have like a low 46, high 45, which I'm pretty happy with in a race.
Yeah, it was like 4502. And then, I mean, better Seaside Hill on top of that with the 105 Seaside Hill, just generally uncharacteristic 44.5x. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, literally, like, outside of those first 2 splits, I played really well. It's like, okay, yeah.
I mean, at least I know, even if I do make a bunch of dumb mistakes like I did in this run, I can still get a 45 decently.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good for the rest of the tournament. It's good to think about for the rest of the tournament, where it's like, you know, if I'm playing this well, you know, I probably won't be doing any more gentlemen's. I'll be.
Yeah, we were looking at like a high 44 for you, high 45 for us, so definitely good times.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool to see, like, in this tournament, generally people have actually played to their, like, ability. There's not been many cases where there's been, like, someone just capitulating. There was Venom in, like, the final 2 areas, just because he hasn't done many runs. That's, like, it. Everyone's... I suppose Matty. I don't know what exactly happened to Matty.
Uh-huh.
But Matty's
Yeah,
in a similar situation where
those
there's not been too
two-
many.
Yeah, those 2 cases were like really unfortunate. Like the deaths that they took were very unfortunate.
Yeah. So other than that, people are playing well. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
So I hope you like Dark Faith Cam.
Yeah.
Just like all the-
I don't remember what
the
they are. I
websites,
just
yeah.
remember they were anime images. So
Yeah, no,
we
that's,
love
that's
anime
great.
around here, except for me. But that's fine.
Uh,
Yeah, that's the race. So that's round 1 done. So 9 of the 10 results have gone to form. There's one upset. Hakan beat Drywall. And he got a 44. What do you guys think of that? That's crazy. He beat me by a minute 40.
That's about what I was expecting, honestly, for Hoka. I
don't
wasn't
know.
expecting it to happen in round 1, but I was expecting it to happen by the end of the event that Hoka would have a 44. I definitely think like a chunk of upper pools will have like low 45s, 44s by the end of the tournament if a bunch of them are gonna keep like running. So like if they're like, again, if we're doing like the Sacer side stuff and people are just kind of like grinding out runs and stuff, I do think that like by the end of this 2 weeks there could be more 44s and 45s than what we have now.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So, I mean, yeah, with a time like that, Hoka would have actually been a 1st seed instead of a 4th seed, which is nuts.
Yeah.
It's the 3rd best PB in upper pools behind me and Big Mike.
Yeah, and him and Mikey are in the same pool, and Mikey has a 43.
Yeah.
Wait, Nacho's a better PB than me, right? So even if I got this, of course,
Yeah, you both have 45-0, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because what? Nacho's 45.01 and then you're 45.02. So yeah, Nacho would still be better.
And then I don't remember who's next.
It's
like,
Taco with
Taco is
45.03
03.
and Drywall 45.04.
Nice.
I gotta get the 05.
Yeah,
But probably not.
No, you're gonna get the 45 flat.
Yeah, the 45 flat. You're just gonna like.
I'm going
Go
for
ahead.
43. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, if I can stop throwing these runs, I'd like one. I'd like one already.
So Pool C has 3 people with 45.04 or lower. That's crazy.
Yes.
And then there's Matty, who's like, he obviously is really good, but evidently just doesn't have too much time.
Yeah. And then with Pool C or Pool A, it's the same thing. 45.03 or lower. It's Taco Sauce, that's fan me.
Oh god, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, and then in Group B, we're just struggling, me and Drum.
Yeah. Comebacks was in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it for today. That's all on the schedule.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna go to Sacer sides now. We have got 2 matches tomorrow. There's still 3 matches left to schedule, so maybe there'll be like 1 more. But we'll be back at 7 PM tomorrow for Superior versus Venom, and then right after that, it's Pokemon Master versus Jam. So, more speedruns and do the raid. Who is going live on Sacer sides? Okay, see you later, everyone. Bye.
Peace.
GG's.